And we are back with Whispers from the Atheneum presents session 25 of Echoes of the Forgotten. We're in for a good time. Sam is unfortunately probably not going to be in this session. He has work. If he does show up, it'll be towards the end. And Jeremy is a little bit late, but he will arrive just as he usually does when he can. Inspiration was given out this week to Osiris, Christine, and Selena, and we'll start off this session with what happened last time. Darian?
Last time on Echoes, the party picked up dealing with the attempted kidnappers, interrogating the one whom Christine had charmed before the guard should take the survivors away. The next day, they returned to the castle to attempt to assist in gaining further information, and the prisoners turned out to be surprisingly forthcoming and liberal with liberal applications of Zone of Truth and mind reading. Another threat attached itself to the current rebellion in the form of a group known as the Fifth Foundation, though their goals are still unknown. After several serious conversations, the party left and took up their downtime for the week, leading to the return of the Landburner and their return to Highview. People researched, collected magic items they'd commissioned, and gathered for Osiris to show off his fancy new tower he can make out of thick air. The sisters had an emotional conversation, and the pendants that Selena had brought were now enchanted, and each wore one, making sure they'll always be able to find each other if separated. During some more shady meetings, Osiris met up with Kynan in a dingy bar below the city and revealed the scope of the Shroud, finally putting a name to the organization they'd briefly worked for. With all that, the week was finally over and the party headed off to the Landburner, found their tickets had been prepared and as repayment for their help, and finally boarded up and headed north. The Landburner starts blazing a trail towards the waste. So with all the shit talking in chat, you're all on a train. It's going north. You have a good 4 days to kill. Downside, there's not a lot you can do on a train.
There's no shops or anything on the train?
Nope.
Damn.
There's one carriage.
There's food, like they provide you with food, but they don't. It's not like you can't buy anything there.
Yeah, it's like there's food, there's places to sleep, there's places to go take a shit.
But that's all in one carriage.
Yep, single carriage. There's only like 6 compartments in the carriage for people to stay in and rest in, and it seems like you guys honestly take up most of the tickets for people heading north. So yeah, anyone have anything they want to do as you travel north along this long and dusty, slightly glassed road?
Yeah, for those who haven't been on the Landburner before, as you look down, I mean, even those who have been, you look down, and unlike when you travel from Gizlane, where a little bit of it is water and you just see steam evaporate, since you're going through the savannah and the desolate wastes, you see both the salt and the sand that's there just form into this large glass strip.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can see the way ahead of you as well, because there's that same glass, it's cracked and broken, but it leads a straight line. Not directly north, but pretty damn north.
That's pretty neat. During part of the downtime, I wanted to have a chat with Osiris, but I think I'll just leave that until Jeremy gets back to us.
Okay.
Otherwise, I sort of want to take some time to sort of just meditate a little bit, and also just sort of try to go over, I still have notes on the, on that, weird room we went into, in the gate. And I want to sort of just, meditate on what all of that means to see if I can sort of gather anything from it.
The puzzle room, the one that you...
Yeah, the one that the one where we lost our senses.
Aside from just remembering what the tiles were, you can't really... you can make assumptions as you would as a person, but you can't really... You wouldn't gain any insight from doing so sort of deal. You can remember, what the tiles were, and then you can, because without research, it's pretty much like a guessing game. From your point,
that's
and
fair.
you have a couple people who did research, but you were not one of them.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
you could relearn what the tiles were. Is essentially that. I'd give that.
Yeah, I'm happy just to get that,
Right,
or I can roll for it.
If is this the only thing you're gonna do on the trip, or
Probably not. Like, I'm
yeah,
thinking
then make a roll.
it'd probably be like a couple of hour session, sort of, just when I get some peace and quiet.
Just roll a history check.
Yep. I mean, that's alright.
Yeah, you can remember a couple of the tiles. You remember. Where did I put them? You remember the stars.
All the tiles
fade
are
out.
rather vague. Yeah, all the tiles are rather vague. It's like obviously you're not exactly sure what they mean, but you do know there's the stars fade out, the dragon sleeps, the storm rages, the titans rejoice.
And the last two you can't really remember at this current time.
That's so good.
The last three.
Last three, yes, the 7.
Yeah, there's 7 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember those are tags that for that puzzle though. The order they go in and what they relate to is unsure to you, any more than they were previously.
Just gonna have a good think about those and what they could mean. I'm just gonna have a think about those and what they could mean. Like,
Yeah.
that's just more of like a
Yeah, you do that in your spare time.
Yeah.
Anyone else doing anything?
Judas would like to look out the window as he has not experienced the outside world in a long time.
It is quite boring staring out the window. Because while you're moving very fast, you have that phenomenon of when you're going really fast, it doesn't really feel like you're moving that much. And there's not a lot of landscape close by to be like, oh my god, we're shooting right past. You just see the mountains in the distance getting slowly closer. You see the grasses to the south getting slowly further. Occasionally you pass a tree that shoots by so quickly you can barely even notice it. Make a perception check.
Yes, I have this skill. No, I don't, but I will do it anyway. Hark! No.
You're just staring out into the distance. At some point, you see a large cloud of like dust and sand. It's a cloud of dust and sand. It's not very interesting.
After this, I will try and commune with Tabris to see what he would like me to do.
So you pray.
Yes, I will pray.
Alright. Cool. You set about praying for guidance. You obviously don't receive an immediate response.
Yeah, that's fine. Just wanted to do stuff.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I'll wait for the break until we sort that stuff out with the Fae shit. But yeah,
If you're switching things, we're doing it next session. Don't bother with this one. It's for everyone in general.
oh, okay.
Broke. I've got nothing to change.
All right. Well, Kim, is Christine doing anything as you travel?
Probably not a whole lot. I don't imagine her really having anything to do other than just wanting to kind of be comforted by herself. Kind of at certain points she would go through little bits of information that she tried to get. Looks over the seven depictings that she remembers, and just try to make a little order to it in her own mind. Besides that, yeah, she'd probably see her just looking out, kind of almost zoning out in a sense, just almost like she's kind of not there in her own mind.
Okay. Annex is playing games with Val. As the first 3 days pass, it is rather boring. You will have some time to walk up and down the carriage and not get sore butts and all that like, but it is quite a long trip to take. And as the 3rd night happens, Annex, as you're sleeping, you once again are pulled into the familiar room of Valorian. As you look around from the bed that you're on, you see that your patron is out on the balcony staring out in the world beyond. Ah, you're awake, darling. Well, not awake, but present here, Valorian says as he turns to face you. I have a task that may be upsetting, but it must be done for the sake of everything we are both hoping to save, he says with a slight tinge of iron in his voice. Change the music, because it had to be bad right now, huh?
You had to pick something bad, didn't you?
Look what you made me do.
As he starts crossing the room and sits beside you on the bed, he begins to describe... I don't know, skip something.
No, you didn't.
No, you got rid of it. Okay. Valorian crosses, starts describing a complex series of tasks and plans of intrigue and webs, laying out the work that is ahead of you. And after what feels like hours, the room starts to bend and warble. Oh, it seems like you're waking up. I do wish we had more time, darling, but unfortunately I can only keep you asleep for so long. If I'm correct, this is your last day of travel. I recommend saying what goodbyes you need to do before you arrive. It'll be a while before you see them again. And eventually the room wobbles and distorts, and you wake up in this little cot, like those ones on it's like bunk beds sort of deal, and you're like on probably like the top one in the small carriage that's designated for sleeping.
So yeah, that's what Annex wakes up to on the final day of the trip.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright then. As the last day travels along, you all, as you're traveling, as you beat the desolate wastes, as you start to see there's a slight incline to the train, it goes up maybe a few 100 feet every so often, as it seems to be going up slowly up a mountain path that seems to have been slightly carved for it to travel on. And eventually it starts ascending, and then after the second half of the day it starts descending again. And then once you clear the mountain range, it's a straight breach into like a tunnel system that's makes the carriage all dark. Like you can only see the slight red-orange hum of energy that's underneath the carriage itself. And eventually you are in a similar sight to what you saw before, as there are many dwarves and old gnomes waiting for the lamp burner to stop. And as it does, it slowly cools down, the speed slowly decelerates, and eventually left in a standstill as you all wait for the hum of the train to stop and for the physical carriage to lay down on the ground. The doors open after a few minutes, and you see all these gnomes and dwarves quickly just start moving into the back carriages as you all get your baggage from different sections of the room and make your way out of the Highview station.
Here's hoping that we don't get taken in prisoner this time.
That was certainly an experience. Never been on one of these before, but it was nice. So, what exactly do we have to do here?
Honestly, I'm not even too sure myself. We do have a place we could go to see if we could get some more information, possibly, but this is going to be complicated.
as you're all discussing,
Yeah, as you're all starting to disembark.
you look
Oh,
around.
what timing!
Hello.
So,
Yay, our
Missed
decision
issue
maker's
train.
here.
Hello, decision maker.
As you all get off, Osiris and Jakurva notice a familiar-looking, lean, black-hooded dwarf leaning up against a wall, waiting for your attention.
Oh, yay.
As everybody sort of exits out, Annex is just kind of gonna stop and turn to everyone and just be like, "Hey, could I have everyone's attention for just a second?"
What is it,
Turns
soldier?
them.
Yeah, I'll turn.
I assume we're sort of out the way of other people coming out the train, correct?
Well, there's like 4 people who aren't part of your party, so it's pretty easy to get out of their way.
Okay, that's yeah. I wasn't sure if it would be like a pieces all hell like typical trains. So I've had some things come up, and I'm afraid I shall be leaving your side for a time being. Perhaps in the future we will meet again, or I will find you, or God knows what. But I have things I need to deal with, very important things, and I don't think I can take you with me.
That is understandable. And Judas will kneel down,
What is the deal?
say a little prayer.
I don't like what he's doing.
Thank you for all of your hard work and efforts towards what we've been doing, Annex. I hope that whatever you're doing works out for you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
I honestly want to thank all of you for, well, all of you except for him. She points to Judas on the floor. For the time I spent with you all. It was a pleasure, and I hope we can meet again.
you will always have a position in this group if you ever wish to return.
And it gives him like a thumbs up and then a little wave as she separates from the party.
As
Yeah,
she
you
leaves, I cast protection from evil and good on her.
Right.
I feel like for Christine, it's a sort of non-speaking, just watching, and then when she's like sort of says like she's like going to depart, sort of thing, just sort of ends up kind of looking to the side, just a bit of like a kind of disappointed, but there's more to it, sort of thing. Has a quick sort of eye turn to Jakuva and just sort of looks back to just turns away and just tries not to listen, really.
All right. So as you say these final goodbyes, the hustle and bustle on the train, the Lamburnus, kind of away from exactly where you are, as all the carriages full of goods are being rapidly unloaded. Annex turns and starts walking towards the very quickly moving crowd. At the same time, this is when Mardo, you see waiting for you over the side, finally notices the remainder of you standing there. He gets up and starts approaching, giving the hobgoblin a very wary look.
Oh yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
ask, how much stink eye am I getting from these people?
Oh, a lot. Like, almost every dwarf you see is giving you some form of, like, careful
What the
watch,
fuck?
like, who the fuck is this guy?
You
Why
are
is there a
experiencing
hobgoblin
so
here?
much racism.
Do
I'm
they-
like,
Do they see
me.
the eye at least, and or is it no?
dwarves are
You're
gonna
a
care
fucking
about that.
hobgoblin.
Because dwarf culture does not give a shit about the big three. It doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Their big three is different to your big three.
Yeah,
Their big
dwarves have
three
a lot
is
more than three.
drinking, smithing, and
Digging,
King.
sisters.
I don't know, pick something else.
No, the
Yeah.
king.
digging.
And beards.
But yeah, Mardo starts walking up to you all with all these people giving you weird looks, and as he gets there, he's like, "I'd say it's good to see you, but you've caused a ruckus here, and there are people waiting."
that. Okay.
It's
That is-
kind of our signature.
I would apologize for any ruckus given on my behalf, as I
I
understand
don't think
why
he's
you're angry
talking
at me.
about you.
Oh, I do think he's talking about him.
Yeah.
Oh,
This,
On a different day,
Oh,
that
right.
might be the case. But no, you have caused more of a stir than you may even know. Come, people are waiting. Follow me. And he
You get a heads
turns.
I
Yeah,
think
he starts
I
to
did
walk.
not think about that.
He starts walking away as you ask that, and he's like, absolutely. You may ask whatever you wish. I am your envoy.
Who are we meeting?
A lot of people. Most of them very mad.
what exactly must we do? Apart from
Don't get a, don't get a guilty verdict.
Oh no.
Once
Right.
again, you all follow Marlowe downwards through the city, leading to the same set of double doors you met last time you were in the Dwarven capital. You can ask any questions that you wanted to ask. We didn't leave a pause for that, but if you wanted to ask any questions to Mardo as you're traveling, feel free to do so now.
You know how I said I really hope that we don't get taken prisoner.
So
Literally-
I feel like I would have a question. Oh, sorry, Dan, you first.
I'll say
Didn't
she
hear
says that when she was saying, "Hey, I hope I don't get taken prisoner." The next line was, "You're basically being taken prisoner." There you go, Kim.
I cast it.
So I feel like I would have a question just to say, would this have something to do with what we were here last time for?
Absolutely.
Will we be getting that cube back?
That is up to the king. Well,
Hmm.
kings.
Well, let's see how this goes. Because it can either go well or
We can
not.
use magic.
At least we don't have the one who put his foot in his mouth last time.
So you're led
Are
down
we
through the city.
technically under arrest at this point?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine. Yep, I
Mm.
could see what they do here.
It's gonna go on my permanent record. We're gonna find out.
They're gonna find out I've been arrested.
Yeah, this is where we need a belt of dwarvenkind just to talk to these fucking asshole dwarves.
Those are
At
super
this
rare
point,
now,
I'm just being arrested because I'm a hobgoblin. Y'all motherfuckers did something wrong.
We didn't do anything. We're not the ones that put the cube in there.
As you're
You're exactly that. So so everyone except for Judas is a very reminiscent trip the first time you came down here. Before you were under a lot more guard than just Mardo, but this time they seem to let just him lead you.
Nice.
You follow him to the same set of double doors where you last met in the Dwarven capital, and approaching them, you hear a large amount of clatter beyond. When you open them, you step forth into that first room as before, that little antechamber, and there are a decent number of guards, all wearing that very resplendent mail. And immediately Mardo turns to you as like, obviously there are precautions they wish to take. Anything magical you have and your weapons you must leave here.
Oh man, I just got my magic stick.
It's unfortunate.
I'm certain that they will be taken care of.
Yes, they will not go anywhere. These men will stay right here with them all, and they will be protected. And if you are turned out to be innocent, then you will get them back. If you are guilty, you will not get them back.
Okay.
But if you're guilty, there are worse things you'll be dealing with.
Start handing over my things, and I
Same.
produce my banjo. Can I keep this or not? It's not really a weapon, and it's not magical.
We know you can cast magic with it, so unfortunately I would ask you to hand it over.
Very well. Yeah, also the wand of magic missile, too.
That's useful, yeah.
I'm
Hand that
going
over.
to, before I
You can
hand
keep-
everything over.
You can keep the files. You can't keep the file flip. You can keep the files because they don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just smash it on the ground.
Yeah, just in case of emergency. Here, drink this.
No, break glass.
Just drink the fire file, see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm assuming you will be a representation.
No,
Do we have any representation?
no.
I don't
Okay.
think that it all works the same as how it does.
Well, we know a lot more this time around, so we will at least be a step ahead, to say the least.
I will give up my sword, pause for a brief moment, and cast See Invisibility on myself.
There's no one invisible around you.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Did we know that we were going to be put on trial, or was this just sprung on us?
Sprung on us.
Pretty much, you can learn from the walk, which is about 20 minutes, that you're going to be put on trial. This is why it's like, if you want to ask Mardo questions, we can retcon, like, you can ask him stuff as you've been walking. But yeah.
Honestly, Stevie Wonder saw this one coming.
Okay, well, what exactly is the what exactly is the sentence here? Disturbing the peace.
Let's just wait until we get into the trial room.
Nothing you have to worry about at the moment.
I am a judge. I
Judas,
don't know.
Mhm.
just give them your things, and
I've already
just-
given them my things. I'm just
we
trying
don't
to
need
make
to ask
sure.
any more questions. I start handing my stuff over. I just sort of like, I kind of use the cloak of the manta ray to like very carefully like wrap them up safely.
Yep.
And like make a point to put like the smaller items like the pendant, the ring, and all that sort of stuff like at the top very carefully.
I have one quick question.
Mhm.
So, without my spellcasting focus, that means I can only not cast spells that have a material component, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the only spells you can cast are ones that only have a verbal and somatic component.
Fantastic. Before we go in, I'll cast Comprehend Languages on myself.
I just have a
notice
quick
spell
question as well, just for my own sake. Like, I'm handing in the pendant, the one to the War Mage, and I'd probably just do the ring same as Selena did, just to not be suspicious. My necklace, which is my arcane focus, but it's still just like a sentimental necklace, would that be picked up at all?
Yes.
Yes.
You can see there are two people at the end of the room, and both their eyes have that distinctive like detect magic glow going on. And when like basically if you try to like not put the item away,
I
one
feel
of
like
them is,
that would be.
watching
I
you.
feel like that would be a thing which I wouldn't touch and wouldn't even consider touching. Like,
Yeah, and then
totally.
like as you go to move, one of them stops you and they like gesticulate at it.
Like, it's just like you don't fuck with the dwarves, they fuck with you.
Yeah, in broken Dwarven, because you don't fully understand Dwarven, you hear him go like, it's like necklace pendant off,
Magic.
no hiding it.
I feel like it probably wasn't hidden in the first place. I'd slowly, like very slowly, take it off, hold it with like probably the hardest grip I've had on anything, and then just stare as I just sort of move slowly forward to it.
I'm going to give them my longsword. I'm going to use the sending stone before I give it away. And
Okay.
basically say to Jake, I've come to have you and we are immediately being detained and tried. I don't know what's going to happen, just letting you know. It's been fun working with you, maybe? I don't know.
You just go back.
when given
Cool. Don't get arrested.
More.
Oh my god, half of my I think almost all of my spells don't require material.
Yeah.
The
Will
two
they
spells I
take
have
my
that require
shield or
material,
my
I have the
amulet?
material.
Yes, because your shield can be a weapon, and your amulet your amulet is your paladin spell focus,
Okay.
right? Yes, it's a holy symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll take that.
it is a holy symbol. I mean,
Yeah.
it is also emblazoned on the shield, so I just wanted to ask.
You do know, like, when they are taking the things, they are being very, like, they're being very careful with it. They are putting them in boxes, they are labeling whose it is, and they are carrying it in behind you. They're not, like, stealing it from you, there's just the proceedings that need to go on.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Selena
so
is
they're
like-
not deliberately breaking my shit because I'm a hobgoblin.
No.
And Selena's experience with the dwarves is that like they have their very like specific ways of doing things, and they kind of don't put up with other people's shit. But then they're not gonna like break your stuff. Like they have their own code.
Pretty much, yeah. They're a bit alien to the world because they are pretty new, but they have their own way of doing things and are not super happy with changing. But yeah.
As everyone places their items in, the chatter and clatter of the noise is still going on, but as soon as you step through, it all becomes deathly silent. And as you start walking down this hallway, start walking down this room, you see about 70 dwarves, all wearing rather aristocratic attire, are looking at you, like some of them whispering in dwarvish that you can't really hear from the distance. They seem to be in raised podiums above you. As you start walking around, the room is full this time. There are huge amounts of guardsmen in the room. There's quite a bit of dwarves. Off in one section, behind the king, probably slightly to the right, is a section that was made up of like 10 different thrones, and there seems to be like 4 dwarves present with 2 retainers each. As you watch, you see the High King standing in front of his throne in the middle of the room, and there seems to be another dwarf at a table that seems to be a few feet in front of him. And Mardo leads you into the adjacent table that's next to that one. And the king looks up at you. It's good to see that you've joined us. The 5 of you, plus your avian friend, are being tried for, well, if you were dwarves, it would be considered treason. But you're not, so let's go with endangering dwarven society. Prosecution, stand and address the court. And the High King says, as he then sits down in his throne. The dwarf who's sitting in the table adjacent to you steps forward. Like all the other dwarves, is wearing this rather aristocratic, well-maintained attire. His beard and hair have been finely groomed, and a singular golden ring is holding his beard in place.
My kings and my high kings. The prosecutor says first, as he takes a step towards the raised booth to the right side of the room. Since these ruffians have so graciously entered our presence, things have never been the same. Since their arrival and swift departure from our lands, the following events have transpired. First, a collapse of the tunnels near the Myconid colonies, allowing for all kinds of monstrous creatures from the surface to collapse and get to Kara Urdor.
Oh.
Adarma Udor. Second, the creation of small portals. An increased number of elementals arriving in our tunnels, our lands, and our homes, causing all kinds of ruckus and mischief. If those portals weren't enough, the portal we've still yet to close near Damarundor that sits open, steadily, taunting us. And if that wasn't enough, since last week, you all know, the sudden arrival of the undead have dug through the tunnels and are making their ways into our underlands as well. Not only are we contending with the elementals, not only are we contending with the beasts of the service, not only are we contending with that which dwells even further below that these fools don't know of, but now we have to deal with their dead too. While the skeletons and elementals are not being friendly with each other, nor are they with us. And frankly, with these kinds of actions, any dwarf who did such a thing would have been put to death. They would have been shaved, and their family would have been disgraced.
Well, the last two don't matter.
And now they sit here, in our room, staring us in the face. I say we throw the book at them myself, but that is not my call to make. And he paces across the other side of the room. Even now, they're not all even here. The respect they tried to show by returning is slandered by not all of them, and they bring with them, one of our fated enemies now. The Redskin many of us have died dealing with, the hobgoblins.
Objection.
The High
Pause to
King.
the situation. This has nothing to do with the argument you were trying to make.
The High King looks at the prosecutor. I do not care for the Redskins, but he is unnecessary to this plan. Quit questioning it.
He just nods immediately. He turns like, needless to say, I do not need to even provide evidence. We all know it's true. We've all seen the problems. We've all had family dealing with it. We know of the shipments from Adharma. We all know this is happening. And they're right here. So all we need to do is exact justice. And he turns and just starts going back. He stands before his seat and goes, the prosecution rests, and just sits down.
Defense.
Hopefully
Feel
in a
free to
grade.
defend yourself.
Anybody want to take this, or
I feel like if I start talking, I'm gonna start getting loud.
I think the issue we have here is discussing and dispatching us is not going to really help your problem. Whatever is the cause of these undead, these creatures that are coming out of portals, we have absolutely no idea how this has happened. If it was by our cause, send us out there so we can fix it. Killing us is not going to help you.
And how do you plan to help us?
By trying to close the gates, by fighting the creatures that attack.
correcting the mistake that we made unknowingly?
Though in order to do that, we will need what was taken from us. We originally came here, I believe, to have a look into this situation. Though being brought here just escalated the process.
We are also having accusations thrown at us that are nothing but coincidental for this situation. We had nothing to do with undead or anything else that came down from the new hole in the crust of the landscape. So as a result,
Well, when you're saying that, the prosecution goes, objection! Just because they did not plan for it to happen, does not mean it is not their fault.
So send us out there to fix it.
And as you start to have this debate, as the prosecutor seems to get up and try to argue the thing, you just hear a loud bang as the two doors open again. You see two of the guards are dragging in a familiar-looking white peahen.
As the two guards pull Anaxahara down the corridor towards you all, and pretty much unsurreptitiously just dump her next to your table.
That's nice.
uncalled for.
I'll make a point of saying that our friend was not trying to escape justice, but rather had planned to go off and do things
Depart
that she
from
needed
us.
to do.
Annex just points to her. What she said. Shouldn't be a part of this, but okay. You're rude.
Understandable, but these are the customs here.
And also the other one that you're probably mentioning not here has been killed.
He's been killed.
Yeah.
Alright then.
So you won't need to worry about him.
While you say that, you see the prosecution guys furiously scribbling something down.
As you were talking about something called the gates, we have no idea what that is. What are you talking about?
Whilst
you
we... Sorry, if you want to go.
No, yeah, you go.
Whilst we unknowingly set up this situation to happen, it has come to our attention that there are other places also involved in random portal openings as a result of these gates. So us opening it does not actually correlate in these extra portals opening here and there, causing whatever monstrosities to leave from it. But we have tasked ourselves with the responsibility of categorizing and the closure of said portals. Now, the only lead we have to go on was the one that we opened, which, as I said, from everything I've researched and organized, has nothing to do with it. But a lead is a lead that we must follow in order to close all of these. Whilst you guys wish to trial us the way that you see fit, and I'm not exonerating us in any way, shape or form, I instead provide a option which does not endanger any of your peoples, any of your kind, anyone you hold dear. Or if you were going to imprison us anyway, you would still have to deal with the repercussions. So us going to go handle it gives all of you a chance and an opportunity to do nothing and not get involved. That is what I'm offering.
Roll persuasion. You can with advantage because you have your whole team with you.
Yeah, advantage. That's pretty good.
Oh.
That is a nice roll.
As you roll, you see that some of the dwarves in the room have stopped. At this point, they seem to stop talking. They seem to be intriguing, looking at you. A few of one of the kings is doing so as well, and the High King is giving a very stern look at the lot of you. But again, you just hear the scribbling furiously from the prosecutor, and a bunch of other dwarves start yelling out in Dwarvish for breaking Christine. You just hear the odd few words that are just not very. They're not.
They're not nice.
Yeah.
For Osiris, it's
They're
just
being mean.
It's their fault. I've lost 3 sons, etc. All this stupid malarkey, blaming you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cyrus, I think
Looking
you're
for someone to
famous.
blame and not a way to fix the situation. I got it.
I am going to just maintain not an aggressive, but just a very firm eye contact at the High King, just so he knows that I'm not I'm not stressing out about this. I just want him to know that I'm ready to be sent out to fix this.
The prosecution finally finished scribbling, and he smacks down the pad he was writing on, and he stands up again. And he goes,
Oh, you're done.
"And this is just the fervor that your people are calling for, my liege. My kings and my High King. It doesn't matter that their goal is to categorize these blasted gates. They opened the damned thing, and it's their fault this is happening.
So
And
you
it's
won't
not-
let us close it?
We don't need you to close it. Let dwarven ingenuity stand for itself. Let us handle the problem the surface dwellers caused. It's proof again that we don't need them.
But you don't even know what a gate even is.
And since you left it open, clearly you don't either.
We came back with knowledge.
Knowledge we would surely come to see as well." He looks back at
Eventually.
Pink we don't
Sorry,
need
smokes at
them,
that.
my lords. We don't need their help. In fact, why would we ever need a surface dweller's help? We should just dispatch them, make a display for our people so we know, we can show them that we stand strong and always will, and then deal with this problem the way dwarves always do. And he stands
Okay.
looking all proud of himself as he's looking
How
up
would
at
you
the king.
dispatch us?
The king raises his hand before you can speak, Jodis, and he turns to the prosecutor. Do you consider that your closing argument, son?
He's like, "I do, my High King." Prosecution
argument.
rests, and he turns and walks back to his desk.
What an argument.
You offered your own closing argument. As he looks at a lot of you.
I understand that myself and my people are not welcome in your lands. For that, I know I'm not on trial here, but I would like to apologize. But dispatching us, getting rid of us, killing us if you may, that will make you no different than the warlord, who has slain not only your kind, but my kind as well. Not letting anyone atone for their sins, for their mistakes, makes you not only that which you hate, but makes you worse, because you know you could have done better. We only get one life, and we must strive to be better than the path we have laid ourselves. Circumstances as it may be, I know that I have recently come into contact with this group, and I know that you do not worship my god, and I know his word is nothing here. But I am not one to judge, even though, ironically, that is my that is what I am doing as an eye. I seek not only atonement for my
What do you interrupt him to say, Osiris? In his head.
Yeah, I'll just say in his head, you got this. This is your place. You thrive in this environment. I believe in you.
Pass that bardic inspiration over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a. Well, when you finish whatever you're saying, roll a flat persuasion
Ooh.
check.
I'm gonna give him inspiration.
You cannot give him inspiration in this one.
Can you not? Damn it, I thought. No, I'm thinking of Lyria where we could. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, you can. I'm just saying, in this scenario, you cannot.
Ah.
I am
damn
a
it.
hobgoblin. These
it's
people
also a
take my
case
fucking
of,
guts.
It's also a case of advantage and disadvantage.
No.
No matter how many you add, just keep cancelling each other out.
Okay.
So
Flat is better than nothing.
yeah,
I keep forgetting. Yeah, right. That's my
So,
brain.
in closing, it would be better to know that you have at least strived to be better than your others, better than your past, better than your mistakes, and you have owned up and made amends or tried to. Then go the rest of your life knowing that you can never. Then go in the rest of your life knowing that you never made an attempt, and in so doing, casting yourself down to one of the deepest pits in hell.
I don't like hearing that.
Roll your persuasion check.
You get to add a D8 to it.
I'm gonna need a D8.
Oh, thank God!
Ah, let's go. Let's go.
As you do this, as you say this speech, the king is looking steadily at you, and the one person that you had on your side from the kings is also not heeded. Everyone else is furiously yelling at you for equating the High King of the Dwarves to Warlord Zor in any regard. They are riled up and do not care about anything you've just said.
That's fine.
As the High
don't-
King,
It's not the one we're aiming for.
as the High King says, is like, "My kings, raise a hand if you find the guilty." And you see as 4 of the hands are raised. And if you're innocent, and they all put their hand down, and the last guy puts his hand up. Very well. As he stands up, as the High King of Highview and leader of all dwarves, I cannot
Telling
give you a
results.
verdict of guilty or not guilty in this instance. He looks at a lot of, like, everyone who's probably, like, they're all uproaring about this. And as he, like, they start to say something, he raises his hand and everyone shuts up again. They may have caused these problems, but willingly or unwillingly. But they are here. They have come back and they have offered to fix it. And if dwarven ingenuity was going to get us out of anywhere, he looks at the prosecutor, it would have been done already.
I feel like Christine would just have a huge grin from that, looking at him. Like, yeah, see what that gets you.
Next just starts clapping.
You and your party are tasked to help out my home, Ardamo Ondor. Solve what you think is going to stop these problems. You will be recorded everywhere you go while you're on dwarven territory. And if you scurry away or fail to do what you're told, you will be hung. Understood?
I understand.
Perfectly.
It is only fair.
And if at any point you can bring that fucking bastard who brought you here the first time, I'd like him to see him handle the issues he made.
Who's he talking about?
You know he's talking about.
Yeah, you
Oh,
went
you're
out to
right.
work.
Let's just say he's a hard man to catch.
Court is adjourned. Defense, proceed
My court's
towards my
dead.
table.
I will walk towards this table.
Jeremy, please.
Not to his turn. As court is adjourned, you hear like bars and stuff. The four kings that voted to kill you are all like looking down at him like you're an idiot. The one is just walking up and walking away.
The prosecution's like very stiffly walking back down the aisle away from the table.
As the guards with your equipment will walk in and like place it in front of you. And place the boxes in front of you.
Immediately, I want to put my necklace back on.
I've taken a bit of a gamble here, so I do trust that you succeed in whatever you want to do. He pulls out a bag, reaches in, hands out the cube,
Yes, I take the fucking cube.
Oh.
puts it
I
back,
put it in my bag.
puts it in Osiris's hand. The dwarven ingenuity that we do have has only showed us that setting it ablaze lights aside, trying to identify it lights aside, and hitting it with an axe lights aside.
Oh, hang on. Notes? God, where's my cube notes?
I gotta put
Cube
that in
notes
there.
are the
Right.
first two.
Cube.
Hitting with an axe is a different thing.
I actually want to write those down as well.
Heat to
Sorry.
the cube, identify to the cube. 3 has been activated. Okay, so it might be an unknown one.
Because so many people have the notes, I'll cover it. You guys already knew that fire at the cube lit up
Yes.
one side. Casting identify on the cube lit up a different side. And there was a third side you guys had managed to light up several times,
don't
though
know what
you
it
never
was.
figured out exactly what caused it.
So
Now
just
we know
hitting it then.
physical damage is
Smacking it lights up
What-
at least
what
one
side-
side.
Abjuration.
side was
Smacking it.
Abjuration's protection.
Yeah,
When you
smacking
ask
it. Abjuration.
when you ask what side it is, he literally just like smashes it with like the gavel that he has at the table.
Yeah, and these like aqua green sigils light up on one side.
That sounds about right, yeah. Abjuration.
That is different. Yeah, the side that you guys lit up, I believe, was red.
Red,
The one
We
you
white.
lit up
don't know?
evocation and divination.
You've done red, orange, and white before, and now green.
Oh yeah, we did white somehow. Fucking hell.
That was the.
Oh, no.
White's the
orange side,
divination,
yeah.
orange is the fire, red is the one you guys don't know how you do.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah,
you have
I-
use. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say I like go through my things and make sure like I don't care so much about like the weapons and all that sort of stuff, but I just like I check all the like small things like the ring and the pendant and stuff.
Considering you cushion them in the manta ray cloak, it all seems to be fine.
I'm very pedantic about this stuff.
As you.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
Is the file tech weapon an attunement item or not?
It is not.
It is not.
Okay, cool.
File tech is not attunement.
I don't like his presence, but the bastard is worth talking to in matters of this case. So if you can arrange an audience with me, that would be lovely. You can take as much time as you want in here, and you can use the same place you rested at before, but do make haste to go back to Adamarandor.
We all appreciate your vote of confidence and thrive to not disappoint.
Just be quick about it. My people's patience are running thin, and if you don't follow through, not only your heads will be rolling, but I do think mine will as well.
Sorry,
As
it's
he
just not.
gets up, and he starts making his way out a back door.
Excuse me, High King, before you leave.
Mm.
I do wish to apologize for quitting you to Zoo. He has done many terrible things, and I have
I
not
don't
heard.
care. Just
Fair enough.
looks. It's just you and the guards that are here, left in this courtroom, as it's taken a while, but everyone's left at this point.
And Marto.
And Marto.
I will take my stuff now.
Yep, it's all sitting in the boxes, so you guys can re-equip all your magical belongings.
As the
I almost got us fucking killed.
A little bit, almost, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Again!
next time. Also,
Again!
shut the fuck up.
Kind of like Judas's special is to just open his mouth and not think before he speaks.
Look, all I'm saying is that
That's-
inflict wounds doesn't need material components.
Well, you weren't needing to, like, the High King didn't care. The High King doesn't give a shit. He has thick skin. It's literally everyone else that you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
if
we've
you
now-
insulted dwarf to them, they don't care. But the other dwarves are all about like the union of the dwarves, because you know, superior race.
When he mentioned like being better than your past as well, it's like, dude, I'm pretty sure dwarves like
Fuck you, the past is the best!
they're like they have like that's what they sort of worship, like their ancestors and stuff.
Yeah.
As the sisters put on the necklaces, they start to glow.
Oh. I'm going to keep an eye on that
I don't care.
because I know what. Basically, I know that like that means that. Hang on, let me reread this. Oh, it's gonna find.
I feel like my first instinct when it starts to glow is that I just sort of feel like the place near my eyes, like the slight changes and stuff like that.
While
then
in
I
the presence
remember-
of a shape changer or someone using alter self / polymorph on spells similar, I have way too much experience with people pretending to be someone else, or like someone could be polymorphed to like spy on us. I have trust issues at this point. I'm going to keep an eye on that, but not like make it known that I'm concerned.
Tomato's just standing off to the side of it. He's looking at you and like, are you ready to go? Have you got your things?
Yes,
Yes.
we're ready.
Let's not stay here. Let's discuss this somewhere more private and less looks back to where we walked out of.
Jail cell.
Yeah, just less.
I feel like we're not going to have a private conversation while we're here.
No,
We can.
but
I'll make
I-
my own tower.
the most private place I can find you simply is, well, Zorosh's house. Let us go. And he turns and starts walking.
As we're walking back, like, I'm gonna sort of like sidle up to Osiris and just be like, "You have
Sure. What's up?
so is there like, I sort of like slow back a little bit, so like if Osiris sort of like slows down with me to like get some distance from the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
One of the abilities of the pendant that I infused is that it glows around shape changes and people polymorphing. It's glowing. Someone could be following us. Someone could be not who they seem to be.
And what makes you so certain it isn't me?
because it wasn't glowing when we were on the train. It wasn't glowing when we were walking towards the courtroom.
That's fair.
Sarcasm's not your strong suit.
Oh, it is, just in moderation. Well, I can put a ping out amongst us and see what the go might be. I've got 30 feet of surveillance, so to speak.
That sounds good.
Well, we should catch up to the others, and I will let you know what I find.
Okay.
And when we catch up to the group, I'll cast Detect Thoughts and see if anything is not more unusual than what the de facto is. That's a word, right?
Are
Probably.
you narrowing in on a
Then
certain
the
people
normal.
one by one, or is it just like the way you?
I mean, well, whoever's within my sight can be like, okay, nope, that's fine, because that's how it works. And anyone
Okay.
who's like invisible or anything like that, like I've got a minute of this stuff. That's 60 seconds.
Get like
That's
just
heaps
like
of time.
basic thoughts, right? Unless you go deep into them, right?
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
I get
so you start
surface
glancing
level
over.
thoughts.
So you start
You
like
just hear Annex whining about how this has interrupted her plans. She shouldn't be here. This is a pain.
when you get to Mardo, it's just like, wow, I'm surprised they're not dead.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Judas is lucky he got inspired.
Yes.
Would we have died if Judas didn't get inspired?
We'll find out.
You know what?
Remember the
Let's
whole
never
foot
find out.
in mouth?
Also, like, because it doesn't say like a sort of a range with that one as well. Is there like a specific range that glowing would work in, or is it just sort of like 30
I thought it was just vague as fuck for like.
It's just kind of
fun's sake.
vague, yeah.
Moonbeam.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're gonna be like pretty close to these people, or like
Maybe.
Or far.
Who knows? There could be a fly sitting on the back of your jacket.
This is why I'm stressed out, because it could be someone who's like,
Oh,
it could be like anything. It could be like I don't know. It could be Mardo at this point.
There's a
Part
little
of me is
fly holding a tiny little knife sitting on the back of your manta ray hood, like, I'm ready.
Oh no.
A part of me is like wondering, like, could it potentially be me if things start changing? It has something changed. Like I'm just like feeling around, finding like different like texture of skin or something, just like a little bit. Trying to do it as quietly as possible, but like.
Yeah, my thing's just like, I don't know. At this point, I just feel like it could be like someone who's tasked with spying on us to make sure we get the job done properly, or it could be
Killed.
someone who's like got some, like they want to dispatch us because they, don't like us because we did things.
Well, let
Well-
them try.
You all,
If they're not too while I'm sleeping.
so you all follow Mardo up through the city. He leads you back up the roads towards the main area that the surface dwellers are allowed to access, and then leads you through those areas towards the house you all stayed at last time you were here, which you all know is a little like townhouse that's owned by Zerosh. And when you get there, you see the dwarven house, the dwarven housekeeper at the front cleaning graffiti off the front of the building.
Nice.
Which
Fair.
does anyone read? You have your
Yo.
comprehend languages will be gone by now.
Yeah, I don't
Christine,
know
you
what
can
it's
read dwarven, can't you?
Yes, just not.
Yeah. So the part you can see that he hasn't cleaned off just says like it's like the latter half of the dwarven version of like bastard.
Nice.
Wow.
Heard.
Pretty
no,
much.
no. I feel like you should keep that there, honestly.
It's cleaned off, and when you all approach, like he stops and turns. And he's like, "He's not here, right? Oh, no."
Wow, that's nice.
That's how I want everyone to greet us.
Welcome to the humble abode of Zerosh.
You don't have to keep that up.
I am very tired.
Looks
Go
like
on
You
in
go
and make
take the
yourselves
rest of the
home.
day off.
I don't have the time. And the people out there do not like me right now.
They like you far better than they like us. That I promise.
I believe you.
They like you a lot more than they like me.
The door is unlocked. Please don't make more mess for me. He goes back to cleaning the front wall.
Go inside.
I am
So
going
everyone's
to...
thoughts seemed pretty situational, I suppose would be the correct term I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'd say situational. I'm assuming no one's thinking. Selena's probably thinking something along the lines of, "Oh God, who is it? Who is the one? Who's gonna kill me? Oh my God!"
I need to be extra careful.
I've already
to
make
make sure
mentioned
that we
what-
don't say anything that could give anything away. I've got to make sure that like, yeah, just like basic paranoia sort of stuff. Also, I want to like help by prestidigitating the wall for the person.
You clean like 1 foot of it, and he's just like, "Thank you."
I keep helping. I'm just gonna stay up there and do that.
Please.
Also, keeping note, does like once people go inside and get a distance away from me, does my pendant stop glowing?
So when you start cleaning, he's like, "No, please, it's okay. I've
It's
got this.
fine.
If
It's
the people
easy.
see you too much, they'll just do more."
Then I'll clean that off too.
Okay. And he says he's just like scrubbing the wall very slowly. Or you just prestidigitate away. Everyone else, I'm assuming, goes inside.
Yeah.
Also, Osiris, you learn a lot of very specific insults in Dwarven as you're walking past everyone.
If you need them translated, hit me up.
Well, like, you understand, like, what they mean. You probably couldn't say them because you can't
No.
speak Dwarven normally. But, yeah, you learn, like,
If I heard
every
it, I could probably
different
write it
slander
down.
under the sun.
Is it like Enwa?
You can cuss like a dwarven sailor.
Dark elf.
Hell yeah.
Dark elf insults are the best insults. Like fetcher.
Fetcha. But yeah. So yeah, you all go. Everyone except for Selena goes inside.
Does my pendant stop glowing?
After about a minute or two, when the doors close, and then the pendant slowly dulls.
Yours does.
Christine, yours is still bright lit.
After I
I-
finish. Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, from that sort of thing, like, again, still in that mindset, because nothing's changed on my end. Nothing really would change for my, like, sort of thinking process on that.
In my head, when Osiris scans your brain, he just get it me,
Hit me.
it my fault.
Hit me. Is it
That
me? It
tracks.
probably. Like, I bet I would probably. It'd probably be like something along the lines like, yeah, like the sort of thing I was describing earlier. Could it potentially be me? Is something changing? Like, is it maybe something to do with the influence of, I forget how to pronounce her name.
This is where I go to Selena and I say it's Christine, right?
Would
Yeah,
you
like-
come outside and say that?
I don't need to come outside and say that.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be the sort of
Oh,
thing. Like,
right.
I feel like I'd probably mention specifically like that. Is this probably like an extra thing with more influence of Kaya or something like that, like along those lines?
So I assume we're all in a room.
Yeah.
Once I'm done prestidigitating, I come back in and like, because I'm assuming you said that in my head.
Said what?
What you said?
It's Christine.
No,
No.
nah, you didn't say it at all.
You think you're paranoid. Osiris is the most paranoid.
Okay.
Hit me, Kai.
Yeah, I come back in and like I noticed that the pendant's sort of glowing again.
Yeah, almost as soon as you like start approaching the building, it starts to slowly light back up. Everyone else has made themselves comfortable in a sitting room. The place is like it's a decent size. It's not as big as like his manor in Andivine, but it's still a pretty large building carved into the side of the mountain.
Okay. Now that we're all together, I will turn to Selena. Did it stop?
Yes.
Good. Somewhere to start with. I will ask you to go wait outside to where it wasn't. And let's make this easy. Jakuba, do me a favor. Go outside with Selena.
Chikuva grumbles, shrugs, says, and then climbs onto the roof.
Is Christine's necklace still glowing?
Yes.
Well, at least there's that. So that leaves us with Judas and... So it leaves us with Judas, it leaves us with Mardo, and it leaves us with...
Annex.
Sarah.
Mardo's just looking at you all like,
And probably checking Christine as well, because, like, it could be something to do with the change. I don't know.
It could be, but the best way for me to find that out is have everyone leave the room. And if it's still
Yeah.
glowing, then it's her.
Yeah.
So I'll have... Mardo, can you humor me and go outside with Selena, please?
what is happening? Annex, what are you thinking? What's going on in your head? What do you feel?
She's just sitting there awkwardly, kind of on a chair, kicking her legs back and forth, just looking, not knowing what the hell is going on right now. She was not supposed to be here.
Yep, Mardo just like goes, okay, I feel like there's pressing things to do, but if you insist, gentleman, I don't mind. And he gets up and walks out front and goes to Selena and goes, the turtle asked me to come out here. I am out here. I don't know why.
Can't believe you listened.
Just a small experiment.
I'm very persuasive.
Pee?
Sorry?
Can I go pee? This is Annex in game.
Yes.
Annex is just gonna leave. She's gonna go towards a random room. Does the room have a window?
You know, yeah, you get up, you walk out of the room,
You're taking the
walk down-
Jakuva way out.
you walk down one of the corridors, and you open a door. It takes you 2 tries to find one with a window, but you do.
I'm going to try to crawl out the window.
Yep, you start approaching the window. As you do, Christine, your pendant slowly starts to dim, and Selena, your pendant slowly starts to glow.
Oh.
I assume I see Christine's
Yeah,
pendant dim, so then I...
Her expression probably changes as well to like one of like, oh, what's probably going to be happening to? Oh, this is actually serious.
I assume Selena is within... Is it 60 feet? Let me check.
yes.
Yeah, 60 feet. Sweet. I assume she's within 60 feet.
Yeah.
Being
I like to
outside.
hope she's within 30 just in case.
She hears in her head. So, NX just left the room and Christine's pendant is starting to dim. I don't think Annex is feeling quite herself. Not to mention, I did not hear Little Val earlier, so that does track.
Oh. Oh, fuck. I forgot about Val.
Oh.
I didn't. I remember everything.
I'm assuming, like, the window that she's climbing out is in a place where I can't see, like, if you're
No, because you went out the front door. The
And
only
this is built into the side of a mountain.
Oh, right.
All
so
the windows are front facing.
I am
Try to
just
go to
going
like the furthest window away, but it's still a window you can see.
Yeah.
I am going to look up and see if I can see her.
She'll make a perception check.
Yeah.
Part of me just wants to give her disadvantage.
Mim, you can roll a stealth check if you would like,
Alright,
with disadvantage because you don't have anywhere to hide.
Uh-huh. Do I grab the other thing or
Yeah,
just?
you can grab the
Yeah.
other thing.
Alright.
Cool.
You grab your actual sheet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is adorable!
Thank you. I love it. You just straight up here and just damn these bird feet.
Yep. You're like trying to slowly step over the thing, and you trip on the curtain on the inside of the thing, and you fall over. And
That's
as you
awesome.
fall, your elbow goes like through a glass pane, and it like cracks. Well, it doesn't hurt you because it just cracks. It definitely draws Selena's attention to the exact window you're trying to climb out of.
Is she like within 30 feet?
Yeah, like 20 feet away at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna Misty step over towards like directly in front of where she's fallen. I'm quite happy to lose that.
Am I
little-
like half hanging out, like kind of tangled in the curtain?
Oh no, it's like you just tripped and drew all the attention to yourself. You can distangle yourself pretty easily. You're not like cartoon tangled up in the curtain.
Oh.
So yes, but no.
Asara starts to leave the building, knowing full well the only windows lead out the front.
Yeah, also most people inside hear the cracking of glass.
I just like the
Oh,
idea
okay.
that she's like fallen
Okay,
down. And then
I'm gonna go find that window.
I just like the idea that she's like fallen through and all of a sudden she just hears like this vroom, and I'm like standing directly in front of her, looking down.
And it
Maru
kind of
is-
just looks up and just kind of, hey, you.
It's okay. We just want to know, who are you?
I'm me.
No, you're not. It's okay.
I'm you.
What did she just say?
I'm you.
You're me.
Yes.
It's interesting.
At this point, I'm assuming we are outside.
It's well, those who went inside can open the door button in the room and see this happening. Those who went outside can see the encounter.
I'll probably be inside, honestly.
Those who went outside see Mardo still standing there, just watching this interaction from 20 feet away, like, okay.
I'll stand next to Mardo, arms crossed, just watching the outside of the building.
We just want to know if you were
Apologies for
sent
that.
to spy.
Spy. Oh, I don't think I could spy for the life of me, considering what you just witnessed there.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
Yeah, I swear I am normally better at this sometimes.
so you're not an exile. That's clear. We've met someone who could change their form before.
Surname. Oh.
I feel like you
That
probably
would've
should have
been
done more research.
Because I
Yeah.
have no idea what a changeling is, but like, I know that we were traveling with someone who could change their form, so I know of like that ability. So I'm just sort of like, we've traveled with someone who changed their form before.
Oh, it's just a magic gift I got recently. See which this I will show you. And is everybody sort of just watching? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does just like this little spin little thing. Puts her arm. Oh god, I think my headset just briefly cut during that. It's just like a little spin dazzle thing with like a kind of almost like a puff of smoke and glitter, and then just reappears again. But now she is a tiefling.
Oh.
Do we have full art of this beautiful girl?
Oh yeah.
Not
20
much
posts.
further than that, but yeah, we'll put on what I've got for the
Like a wider screen, yeah.
It's,
Did you just have a magical girl transformation?
Hell yeah.
She was even
Her
naked for
class
a
is
brief
magical
second.
girl.
The boots like to slowly like kind of materialize onto the feet like a glowing
Yeah,
light.
so
and all
she's
that.
got kind of this very short kind of black dress thing that like splits down the middle but is pulled around with like a brown belt, and then she's got these tall sort of black socks with these brown boots, and on one arm she has a black, like from up just above the elbow down sort of glove. The other arm has a glove, and then she's got this white sort of cloak thing on top.
Didn't realize you were going to use this one.
Very reason I drew it.
I didn't know that.
Honestly, it
she's-
screams main character.
it kind of does.
She's got the
It's the
pink
pink
hair, of
hair.
course, main character.
You sit near the window as well, don't you?
No, it's my fault. Go away from it.
No, probably.
Yeah, so she's
So-
got she has this pink, long, sort of flowy hair with like, a couple like braids through it, these large brown horns that come around from the back of her head, and she's very pale and bone with these bright blue eyes.
So why did you try to be an Exara?
I got this new gift. I wanted to try it. I was looking for something different and interesting, and I just see this white bird. I haven't even seen anything like it. Just fabulous, glorious, beautiful. And so I had to be here. And then next minute I take like a step for a few minutes, and then these people are grabbing me and dragging me, saying I'm being tried for crimes. I chose poorly.
You could have
Listen.
not chosen more poorly.
As
And
I,
it's
as I
so-
mentioned,
So, actually, I'd like to say, put my hand up. Put the.
No, you're ugly. I'm no. You also put your mouth open too much. Dear God, please learn to shut your mouth.
as I mentioned,
No.
you probably should have done more research.
Excited.
Well, unfortunately, I guess if you can change your form, you can probably get out of this mess. But we kind of need our friend at this point. So if you could maybe just be amped up for a little bit longer.
I can do that. I can absolutely do that. You want a bird? I will be the bird that I saw.
Wait, you're just going to just let her after her just pushing herself here? We're not going to question it?
I don't
Could be
think she
worse.
really meant to get roped into this. I think.
Yeah, trust me, a whole death trial really was not what I was going for.
I think it was just a harmless mistake.
I would also like to point, if they see us without the bird,
We are going to
The-
be in trouble.
we are probably going to have our heads removed from our bodies, so it is probably best.
Mato next to Osiris, he goes, he's actually right. Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
Even if
Oh,
it was
yeah.
explained?
Not only for us, but Annex
Yes.
is still within the confines of this place.
Yep.
Honestly, this situation is not the most fun one to be in anyway, so the fact that you are getting roped into this is more detrimental to you than it is. Well, if you could escape, you'd be better off doing it, but I'm sure you'll do us a favor.
I am very curious, did anybody see you transform into the bird to begin with?
Of course not. I'm not dumb.
Okay. So at least
That's
she has
just to the situation she's in.
No, she just
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
out in public. Like just
yeah, that's right. Yeah, everyone can have seen you done now. Yeah, that is
What's in a window? It's semi-public. Public
Look,
adjacent.
People surrounding me.
public adjacent.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go out on a limb and trust you for this, because
That's
I-
great.
there's no
We
reason
can be
for
trust
you
buddies. We can be the bestest friends. I will make you a bracelet, and it'll be a friendship bracelet.
I'm leaving.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts and dig deep.
Okay, Mim,
Slane
make
is
this.
awkward now.
So, Osiris dropped the saving throw onto Terra.
Watch her save.
I hope she does. It'd be funny. She fails.
No one can resist me.
Can I give him advantage?
You want to give Terra advantage?
Okay, do it.
Yeah,
Watch what
Go
happens.
for
Sure.
it.
Watch
Go
what
for it.
happens.
Roll it. Go drop it again.
Drop
Osiris.
it again. Drop it like it's hot.
I don't need it.
She
26. That is a nat 20 at least.
No, I have a. This is a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a +8 to wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
18.
You must
Yeah.
have rolled really badly to get a failure the first
I-
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
You're welcome, boo.
Thanks, Booby.
This is where I use my inspiration, right?
You can if you wanted to. No, you can't actually. You just actually you would negate it back to the 11, but it's a bit late now.
That's alright.
So Cyrus, you reach out your mental strands, grasping at the edge of her mind, probing into it to see what you can find, and you just find this just what does he find? What is the block in your head that he runs into? The infinite something that stops him from pushing deeper.
Oh god.
Yankat. On
Giddiness.
repeat.
It is just giddiness.
Yeah, it's just 100% in the moment, wow, this is really cool, but really weird. I'm in danger. I like this. I'm not sure I should like this.
So basically,
it's just that
it's just
continuous
never a
non-stop
continuous
ramble.
thought.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love her.
Okay,
I
it's
love
just
her.
ADD brain.
It's like you're trying
Yeah.
to push to the deeper thoughts, but you just get buffeted by a never-ending layer of surface thoughts.
I love her.
10 out of 10.
Gonna get an aneurysm prying deeper, and I'll drop the spell.
That's why you fail
The
it.
tortoise
because you're
eyes
just
bleed.
It feels like the same feeling when I tried to probe into that mind. I had that block that caused me to lose 6 hours or some shit. Now
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that again.
It's like a migraine but all over your body.
So yeah, you're all standing there, bro. People are walking away, and Marta's just so shouldn't you all make some plans? There's kind of a problem to deal with.
That's probably
Did
good
I
idea.
do
Everybody
good
in the
yet?
house, please.
Okay, back into the house.
I start going back in.
Do you want me
Anybody want to
ready
fix that
now,
window?
or-
Yeah, I'll go up and I'll cast mending real quick.
Just come back in first so that no one.
Okay,
else
okay.
sights
I
you.
will just go back through the window.
Okay.
Just give thumbs up backwards.
The caretaker was just like finishing up the last of like a bit of graffiti, looks over and sees the now not broken piece of glass, and he's just like, okay.
Oh,
That's
someone
nice.
mended it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got
Sarah
mending.
did it.
Oh, thank
Mending's
God. I
great.
was just thinking
My
that. I'm like, I
favourite
don't have mending.
No, I have
prestidigitate.
mending, so nobody
I
else
can-
has to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so if he
prestidigitate
breaks
the
his
glass.
manger, he has to fix it himself.
I'm gonna prestidigitate.
Don't
the
need either
glass
when you got
so
mage
clean,
hand.
So yeah, you
because
all
I
return.
noticed smudges.
You all return inside, sitting back down in this room. It's all of you and Mardo. Jakurva comes down off the roof.
Someone. I guess we should probably explain this to Jakurva because I don't think he was even like watching.
Oh, he
like,
could see it.
Oh, okay.
But it's just for
on
posterity's
the
sake,
roof,
he
so
is
he saw it.
informed.
So, that is what. No, I don't mean to say bad things about you now, Jakuka, but that's two places where you're wanted dead. So let's get rid of this.
He grumbles and just says rookie numbers.
That's fair.
You know, that's fair. Okay, so information. What do we know? What do we not know? Let's go.
I don't know anything. All I know is you guys have a cube that you hit.
A what?
Yep.
Speaking of which, as they're having that conversation, I pull the cube out
Magic cube.
and I start thinking about the cube because that's like all that's on my mind at the moment. And I'm like, I've got like my spells like in the peripheral of my head, just thinking. I'm like, oh, I could try that one. That might pull that out. And he's just thinking, and then casts calm emotions in the room.
Oh,
You cast calm emotions.
Yeah, I want to see if the cube lights up.
Nothing happens to the cube.
should we make saves?
People, is it calm emotions an AOE or is it direct?
It is an
AoE.
AoE.
Okay, everyone in the room make a save versus calm emotions.
Make
then.
a
Can you-
charisma saving throw.
Oh, my +8.
I'm still. Hmm.
Not 20.
I am not
Uh,
calm.
Anything touching my mind.
charisma.
You can
And it-
choose to fail the throw.
Anything touching my mind puts
no.
me on edge, so I'm pressing this button.
Do it.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love that. Roll it, Kim.
Oh
You
god.
passed.
The
That's
first
good.
was a 2.
I
Roll
know.
with disadvantage. I'm using my
No.
inspiration.
Go for it.
Okay, so that's a 2, so you fail.
Yeah. I get that. I deserve that.
That's so
But-
mean.
But because you're calm, you don't have to roll on your table.
Oh!
Yeah.
So you telling me that I had this table up for nothing?
You should have just left it, Jeremy.
Wait.
Nah.
So this wave of calm passes through the room.
And
Every-
it takes me 60 seconds as I'm just going over the cube, inspecting it, and then the 60 seconds drop with you guys doing whatever, and calm emotion drops.
Okay.
So did you just do, and why did you do it?
And Christine, roll on the table.
Okay. Fingers crossed, baby. What?
Haste
Take
action.
another action.
I love that.
I swear, if that action is to cast inflict wounds, I'm a throw hands.
Time slows for you
Give it a
briefly,
shovel,
Christine. What do you do in this brief moment of hyper awareness?
I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent. It's You watch it fly through the air, its wings slowly beating, and then time speeds back up and goes zzz, out a window.
Yeah,
Keeps going. Okay.
I'm indifferent.
See, I just have a
Yeah,
feeling
take
that,
that
like,
back.
because it didn't affect me at all, I just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
With my net 20, it just completely, like, glanced off me, and I was just like, what are we what?
Yeah.
For a brief 60 seconds, Judas did not have a stick up his ass. And then it was immediately jammed back in.
So yeah, Cyrus, there was no reaction from the cube from that.
I lick the cube.
What are you doing?
How long does the calm emotions last again?
60 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
You lick the cube.
I licked the cube. How do you think alchemists found out what was what?
That's fair.
I
Work! And I cast
Pinch.
command on the cube.
Can I try to pinch the cube from his hands with a thorn whip?
Cutting words.
Oh my
What's-
god.
Honestly, I don't even know if that works. Let me read this.
I feel like the DMs are trying to figure out how this works now. Also, just for now, I feel like once like the carnation
can't use
ends,
it.
there's not really much like a panic, but that's sort of hyper aware of you really just did that to me sort of thing.
Okay.
He is like pretending he's the only person in the room. He's focusing on this cube.
So let's go through the chain of events, the chain of commands. Yeah. You lick the cube. Nothing happens.
Okay.
What?
You cast. I know, right? You cast command at the cube. What do you say, Judas?
Work, I think.
It was
What
work, yes.
Okay. You say command work at the cube. Reading quickly. Yeah, nothing happens. Okay.
You should
And
make
then-
it
If I
so
said
Cyrus
glow,
thought
I
licking it,
bet something
happened.
would have happened.
Okay. Tara, you want to try and steal the cube out of Osiris's hands?
Yep, with thorn whip. Yep.
Okay, she's gonna thorn whip the cube out of his hands.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
I.
One sec.
He's trying to figure out the AC of the cube.
No, I think he's trying to
No,
figure out if the
it's-
thorn whip makes a side
It's
glow.
okay. No, it's okay. No, it's fine. Something else.
So you fire the thorn. Roll attack.
Alright, yep.
I guess he's cutting words when he's cutting.
Oh!
Never mind.
Oh my god!
So
Fine.
Osiris, you lick the cube. You see Judas command. You look up at Judas, and then you look down just in time to hear a whoosh as the cube is ripped free from your hands. And Terry, you can catch the cube out of midair if you want.
Yep. I
And
wonder.
as you do, it starts glowing aqua green again.
Nice.
As you hit the cube.
I feel like I want to stand. I
At
feel like I
that
want to
point,
stand
the-
up and just start channeling some energy, just like in preparation. What are you doing?
I would like that back, please.
I don't know. I kind of want to look at it.
Please.
No. Let me look
He
at
did
it.
say the magic
You-
word. I
you-
suggest you give it to him.
But
I'm always waiting for the cast.
I
yeah.
know, right?
Maybe just let me look at it. And she bonks it with her hand to see it make it glow again.
There's a tiny little blue like pulse when you do that.
Oh, man,
We
that's
already know
cool.
about that one.
Wait, did you say the wrong color?
It's aqua blue.
Aqua green.
Aqua green. Never mind.
Yeah,
Aqua
Yeah,
green.
okay.
green was the
Hello?
Honestly, I don't think any of the sides do blue.
No.
Yeah,
Can I,
we already know that one.
do I need to roll anything to just kind of have a look over it to kind of figure out what on earth this thing is and how it works?
Make an Arcana check with
Oh,
disadvantage.
yes. Oh, with disadvantage, let me roll again. I've already got
It
a negative
is-
one, so don't even worry.
It is a square. It has 6 sides. When you hit it, one of the sides glows light green, well, aqua green.
Seeing
Throw it
that
on the
she's
floor
not...
to try to bounce it like a ball.
It hits the ground with a loud thump, and then one side glows aqua green.
We've already
It
figured out
doesn't
that.
bounce. I figured something out. Am I helping?
Yes, can I have it back, please?
Okay. She just throws it.
I take it. I put it in the bag of holding. Nobody touch my fucking cube.
So
Your
what
cube.
exactly is that cube?
We'll worry about it later. We have more pressing matters. So we have to go and
Hold
figure
on,
out.
I feel like the
all
matters
this
involve that cube.
Yeah,
Mono
we
is
can
just
discuss
sitting
that
there,
when we
just
get to that.
like his hands are in his cheeks, like sure hope a discussion's happening soon.
Yep.
As you can see, Mato is a little bit tense at the moment, so we should get to the matter.
No,
at hand.
no, please,
No.
this helps.
It is okay. I am pretty sure the cube is important. Given the little black one who is not here anymore, the small-scaled one, he asked me to steal it last time, and then said no, he did not want to steal it. So I'm going to
that
guess
would have
it's
been
useful.
the worst thing that could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the context, possibly.
Yeah. Okay, so
You guys have a little scale boy?
Add a little scale boy,
Why had?
because
We
he
didn't
is not a
talk
little
about
scale
that.
boy anymore.
I'm gonna like
Be a big
completely
cell
cut
phone?
into this conversation just because like she's gonna try to sidetrack it. And be like, so does anyone have any information about the gates that we could possibly use? I tried to brainstorm a little bit on the train ride. I didn't get very much. I should have studied more in Teller's.
Let me get up all my gate info, separate notes that I have.
Would I know anything about the gates, or am I just saying nope?
No, Juice.
Yeah.
This is like the
So-
first time you've heard of the gates.
Fair
problem-
enough.
The problem is, most of the information I got wasn't properly written down. I was meant to ask if I can get that transferred to my Google Doc, but I
You
just
did
didn't
get
have
it
time.
transferred to your Google Doc.
Where is it in my Google Doc?
Oh,
Probably way at the bottom.
we are big.
That's when.
Oh,
mine
it's not.
and
It's
stuff.
not. Oh, I see. Sorry, no, it just didn't. I thought it would come up with his own thing, but never mind. I didn't give it a title. My bad. I did manage to find a few things related to certain events from the seven descriptions we saw back when we first entered. The ones in particular I saw involved the ones depicting the kingdom is split, the Titans rejoice, and I found one that relates to another involving the Divine's Fall and Storm's Rage. In relation to that, it's a bit muddled, a bit unsure still. Even looking through it, I didn't really get the best. It was only a few days really put into it before I tried going somewhere else.
Honestly, you've got more information than I do.
I will try again in the Atheneum tonight.
Well, for the Kingdom is Split, the Kingdom of Sonaris used to take up more than they did previously, but after the Cataclysm, Rebellion stirred. We all know this already. That one's pretty obvious. The Titans
I don't think
rejoice.
they actually did know that.
Did they not?
I knew about the.
I mean,
Sonaris
Rebel.
Spain.
There's not like. I'm mainly like talking
what-
towards.
You just said that the Sonaris was bigger than it was. They don't think
Oh, I didn't.
anyone.
No, the rebellion part is when I said, yeah, we know what happens after that.
Yeah, that rebellion. Yeah, but no one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people knew that Sonaris was as big as that. What you're saying right now.
No.
Oh, shit,
sorry,
really?
That's me kind of adding in a point there. Yeah, I would have said the first bit, and then like after that whole thing that happened with it, rebellions, yada yada yada, sort of thing.
So you don't mention that it used to be bigger?
I do. That comes first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
How-
it used
how
to
it
be
used to
bigger
be-
by...
It used to be ginormous, and then after Cataclysm, stuff happened. Rebellions, we all know about that. That's what I would have gone.
Do we have like a rough time frame on this when it happened? I know the rebellion was like I know about the Telnerus and everything like that, but like
It's more we got partial idea on where things could lie, but not exact. As for like the Titans Rejoice, there was I don't know how useful this could be. It's more of a sort of thing taken from a children's book in the sense, talking about how the world was formed when the party led the powerful Titans into a drunken stupor, and apparently each Titan formed an aspect of the world, with the last Titan forming life. But that's again from a children's book and all I could find. And as for the third bit, with the Divine's falling and the storms raging, it was depicted that after the death of the gods, that's mainly when the Maelstrom manifested in the Tempest Ocean. So there's at least some timeline there. From what I've been... My general idea on what it could be is that the Titans would have came first because of life. Of course, Divines, then the Storm raged back to back. Maybe in between, using some old previous ideas involving the disappearing of stars. In my in the other few days, I saw that I've read up a bit about it, trying to follow a bit more on the stars, because that seemed like it wasn't something to be left behind. Apparently, as time has gone on, less and less stars have been visible in the night skies. Star charts have been showing differences, like over many, many years. And, like, even then, like, navigation's been suffering from it since then. So that could be something.
Quick thing to
on the list.
interrupt.
Go for it.
Whoever owns the gate doors note, do they want to put like a 1 or a 2 next to the different tiles for now?
I've got
If
a
we can get
list
it
in my
ordered.
mind.
Timmy, if you're eating mute.
Okay, as long as somebody's doing it, because my brain is not big enough for that.
I got
Also-
I got a rough list in my head.
Also, Cyrus, that whole thing about the stars going out thing, given how old Osiris is and the fact that you grew up on a like 90% naval area, that totally rings a bell for you.
Also, no light pollution.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a fact of like, you would know because of like the fact you grew up around boats and whatnot. Given the Cartesian Concordant, almost no one travels away like out of sight of land because there are so few stars in the sky. You can't safely travel via star charts.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's only like 5 constellations. We mentioned that before.
Yeah,
they
I
did.
remember now. I'd actually forgotten about that.
When it comes to a few though that I don't know anything about and I don't think relate to it, the 2 depictions of the dragon sleeps and the crystal rise, they feel like almost red herrings in a way, considering out of the 7, only 5 tiles fit.
Yeah. I was thinking about... I remembered the dragon sleeps, but the only thing I could think of is the fact that there have been no dragons born since the cataclysm. But
Potentially.
It
Sure.
could
that's
also
bit
be a
of reach.
misnomer.
Yeah.
But so
It
could
could.
the stars in a way. The rest seems more concrete than the others.
The crystals rise, and I have no idea.
But to also keep in mind, the Titans Rejoice comes from something of a fantasy more than fiction.
You mean
But
fiction
not the
more than fact?
fact, fiction more than fact. Sorry, my brain today.
It's okay, I'm helping.
0. Thank you. My Christ, I hate it. Yeah.
And the storm rages, I'm assuming, would have to do with the cataclysm.
Is there a during
The
my
cataclysms from the
training-
Divine's Fall.
during my
That's true.
training, would there been a would there be a recorded time of when the gods started to die, or
Yes.
when it first started to happen? Okay.
Yeah,
Years
but also
ago.
like, yeah, it's literally
Yes.
years ago.
Alright.
That is the start of the new era. Is when all the old guides except the big 3 died.
Alright.
So I feel like that's the beginning.
Oh, did you add that last bit?
Which past bit?
Pre-year 104.
Yeah, so that before we had a talk. So when
Oh.
Solar was like, when did Sonaris split? It was the year 104. Well, like
104.
before that.
I don't know the exact date because we haven't decided it, but it's sometime before that.
And
Well,
that's kind of why I think the Kingdom Split is at the very end of whatever it is,
Possibly.
and at the beginning could be the Titans Rejoice.
Also the so just trying to remember from lore as well, like the cataclysm happened after the gods disappeared or died or whatever, or was it around the same time?
Sort of
Same.
simultaneous.
It's one of those things where like it's such ancient history, the exact order of events is not really known,
Yeah.
but it's considered
Divine, then Storm.
yeah, it's considered to be near simultaneous.
Okay.
It's like no one's really sure if one caused the other, or if the cataclysm killed the gods, or if the gods' death caused the cataclysm. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get like a rough idea where I can like put things in like somewhat of an order, because we're gonna have to try and figure this out if we're gonna sort this gate out.
okay, yeah.
Again, when it comes to the Dragon Sleeps and the Crystal Rises, I tried to find something on the crystal, but nothing made sense or came up at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the foggiest. And the dragon sleeps. That was
As she
just
rolled in
a...
that one. Twice.
Just the only thing I could possibly think of is it might have something to do with the fact the dragons aren't born anymore, but that is just a reach. So we need 5 of these out of 7.
That's
At least-
all I've gotten from my research. That
Unless-
was basically the research I did.
It's helpful. I couldn't remember all of the names of the things.
Surprisingly, it's not hard to remember around that time.
Would
A lot happened around then.
Yes.
I have been taught about the Titans rejoicing in my time?
No.
You wouldn't? Okay.
What did you want with the gates, doors, notes, Cyrus?
Just a number of possible orders next to him.
Oh,
People's
okay.
thoughts, I think.
Well, it's my document, so I'll
Oh.
need a. I'll have someone type out what they think, and then I'll put that in there for them, for you guys. If that's
I
alright.
didn't actually write down the ones we did. Should have wrote those down so we actually know not to touch that. Damn it.
I'll put this as public. This document I have. If you just want
Yeah.
to dump it in there.
Okay.
That's all the tile. As far as I don't have written down what we did originally. That's the one bit I didn't write down in my notes there. I wrote down the potential idea I had at the time, which now is contradicting what I'm got right now.
And I use my thick brain and make a history check to remember what order we tried already.
You will-
Even I don't remember what orders you tried.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could, but then you'd have to go watch the vote.
That's fine.
I'm gonna do that too as well. Actually.
You'll do it? Cool. Kimmy can do it.
Yeah. No, I'll do it as well.
Also assuming that we're not allowed anywhere near any form of library while we're here. Because dwarves.
Is that just flight intelligence from memory? Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
A history check.
Yeah.
Oh, history.
It's literally remembering your own past, so it's history.
I'll
My own
I'll
path
do
is in
that too as
history.
well if that's alright.
Yeah, go for it.
I will help you recall the many tales of the land, Christine.
No, there's no point in using tides.
No, as in help.
Wow.
Yeah, there is no
Wow.
point in using tires.
Did you already use tides? Oh, you already rolled.
Yeah, I get
You're
it back
right.
when I roll. Man, and I just remember so much of that time because that was what 10 minutes before we got arrested.
Yeah.
No, seems like
And
Kimmy's
then we
gonna
went
go
to
back
that
in the VOD. Sweet.
I was-
I don't have
oh.
to. I really didn't want to, but I would have if I had to.
Dude,
I would-
I've gone through almost every single VOD we have except for the last 2 or 3.
I went scrolling back through our notes from the first arc to see if we even wrote. I mean, AJ didn't even write it down.
No, you didn't. I'll do your research for you then.
Thanks.
You're looking.
An avocado.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking. This brain blast moment for Christine. You flash back to that moment. You remember it. It's so cool.
Really should take the keen mind feat.
You're sure. I don't need keen mind when I write down all my information.
Not a
Sounds
way
like
to
cheating to me.
Take your book away.
Don't take the book away.
Write it
Illegal.
down in physical. Write it down in physical, Kim. They can't take it because you're in
Yeah.
another state.
Mato's just sitting there listening to all this, like watching it. He's not saying a word. He's just waiting. He's like just listening to everything you're all saying.
Shrug. I don't know what he wants from me.
I want to humour myself and just cast Identify on the cube one more time.
Okay, you cast Identify on the cube. The side lights up white.
What?
We already knew that.
Oh, right. Wait, I was gonna say, I was trying to remember which color we don't know the
Divination.
colour.
We don't know the color of red.
Where's
some
my
reason.
cube notes? Identify on the cube.
I don't think we told you a lot of the info about what happens when you identify the cube. So there are
No.
multiple spells active on the cube
Yeah.
simultaneously.
If I remember correctly, I watched the VOD to figure out where you guys were going. I said it was like infinite cosmic power, itty bitty living space. Was my
I think you did
terminology.
say
Yeah, that rings a bell. Which just makes me think of the The dodecahedron.
I'm wondering if, because they're all relating to schools of magic so far.
Yeah, with the investigation, with the fucking word
Identify.
identify. You can tell each side of the cube is keyed towards a different type of magic.
Yeah, I'll make this public because I already have identified on the cube before with a whole bunch of notes.
Yeah.
In case anybody cares.
Okay. I'm wondering if it's worth. May I hold the cube for a second?
No, it's mine.
Okay, that's fair.
This is my precious.
My precious. Okay, fine. You can hold it then.
Nah, yeah, what do you want? You gonna use your Tides of Chaos on it?
No. Inflict wounds.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah,
god.
I mean, we need Necromancy, go for it. Roll that
That's
natural
not-
20. Now do it, Kim. With your luck with Inflict Wounds, it's gonna do something. It can't not. It's made by Darian and AJ. Please do it.
For reference, in our home game, I rolled 20 again. Yeah, I'll use the first level slot just to like channel inflict
Already
wounds
a
for it.
first level spell
Nah, you
slot?
should have
I'm
second leveled it,
disappointed.
dude.
No, third level or
Roll
bust.
to hit.
Disappointed.
And that one hits Osiris. No.
It ricochets off and just hits me.
Ah!
I have my inspiration.
Is a cube that does not have an AC.
I'm not even gonna use Tides of Chaos on it.
That's okay. Selena already used her inspiration on you.
Yeah, no.
So
no,
roll
I
it
want
with
you to
advantage.
get
It gets rolled
20.
again.
18.
Close.
Jesus.
So you gather
Plus
the
9.
you gather that necromantic energy in your hand. You reach
Disgusting.
out and you touch the cube, and you feel that pulse of like necrotic force, and it just reverberates around the cube and dissipates.
The reverberate part scares me.
Yeah.
It
And
throws
just
you back
gone.
and kills you.
Live by the inflict wounds, die by the
Hey,
inflict wounds.
Osiris,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I'll kill myself.
do me a flavor.
I love
roll an Arcana check.
flavors. I can do
This
that.
is back from when you did the. This is when you identified. Okay.
Nice.
Nothing different.
Plus 9 is nasty.
Yeah, leveled up, swapped my my expertise.
Uh,
What are you experting now?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Arcana.
Arcana. That's one of them. I mean, I have a few ideas, but I don't know if it's really going to be effective. It's an object.
I'm just gonna walk up and cast Prestidigitate on it.
Yeah.
Just because, why the fuck not?
Nothing happens.
Should have guessed.
I mean,
It's clean now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
clean.
it's cool. Oh, now I
You
can
know
see
what?
the runes more clearly.
I've got
Cast
one
Vicious
more
Mockery
spell
on it.
slot.
Can I say, I didn't realize cubes had curves as well.
You throw the psychic. You say that at the cube and nothing happens.
Just tick that off the list.
What was
Okay, you know what? Fuck
just
it, cause
confirm.
it's funny. Command glow.
So you command this cube.
To
You
glow.
can't command an inanimate object to do anything.
Can I want to conjure a mage hand and hold it, like have the mage hand hold the cube.
You make the mage hand hold the cube.
Tara,
Nothing?
I'm just curious. You watch
I'm
all these
done.
people throw shit at this cube. What's
Mhm.
going on in your head?
She is just confused. She just has this smiling face, kicking her legs back and forth. It's just a blank stare of, I don't know what's going on right now. I have a -1 intelligence.
If I could
That's
force
fair.
this, if I could force this cube to make a save, I'd force it to do disadvantage right now.
I would like to try casting Mirror Image and then
Okay.
having my mirror forms touch the cube.
You summon the mirror image. One of your mirror forms, you reach forward with your hand and make the mirror form reach forward with its hand. It touches the cube, and nothing happens.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna try one last thing. Please don't judge me.
I got one more thing as well. It might help.
Have you guys used
What?
fire on it? I can't remember if you guys said anything about that.
No, we didn't.
We have
but,
done
but
fire.
yes.
You have? Okay.
I'm just waiting. Like, is Judas gonna go first, or will I go
Oh,
first? Or
Yeah, that works.
Evocation, divination, abjuration.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it, AJ.
What
You
are
gotta
you
be
gonna
proud of me.
do?
What would
I
the
cast
Nereid
magic
have
weapon on the cube.
The weapon is now shiny and sharp, but that's it.
It's also
the
a
Is
cube.
shinier and sharper.
done? Dude, that's a
Yep.
+1 thrown object right there.
It
It
is.
feels so dumb when I just
It-
don't understand. I
The
hate it.
problem is, Nerisian somehow activated it.
Okay, wait. Shh. Selena was gonna do something after.
I don't know that Nerisian did that, so I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to do this.
Neither. Oh,
So you alright, Terry, you're sitting there, Marta was also sitting there. Actually, seen this before.
Judas hasn't.
Judas hasn't, as standing before you, Selena sprouts these massive celestial wings that look mixed between. What do they look like? Are they still icy?
They're still like I feel like they've gotten a little bit bigger, and probably like a bit more on the radiant side, but they still have that kind of like icicle look to them.
Little
And,
like particles drop
Jared
off them.
gets up, just walks over to Selena and tries to lick one of the wings.
that you just go like straight through it.
Yeah.
Material.
the fact that Annex isn't here to say, yeah, you look like that, like...
Yeah, so like she doesn't notice. She's like just going towards the cube and like putting a hand on it. Her eyes are like glowing with that like real cold blue as well, like the entire eye.
Hoping to avoid this. Does this count as divine magic? Yes.
You reach forward, you touch
I'm
the cube.
going to also do like. Let me see if I've got a cantrip or something that I can cast that I can use my like 5 radiant damage on it.
Dude, if I could fish for the fiend ancestry, that'd be hilarious.
Try.
Hurriedly just a ray of frost, I'm guessing.
With Ray of Frost,
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
gather cold energy in your hand.
Yeah.
Make the attack roll. It's a cube. Hey, look at that! You hit. You unleash this blast of ice and radiant energy onto the cube, and nothing happens.
Nice.
and I just like I get rid of the wings after that.
I would like to summon some good berries in my hand after seeing them do this stuff, and I just mush one of them into the cube.
You
You go ahead,
smeared
Jim.
him. You've smeared the sharp boy. You've covered him in goodberry juice,
Goodberry.
and nothing happens.
Look at all those hit points it's gaining back.
Actually,
Hey,
wait a minute.
Actually, wait.
As you
Wait, hang on.
squeeze-
Can I just call real quick? If it's the fucking orange one, I'm gonna be so pissed.
He poured a potion on it.
As you
Frostbite.
squeeze berry juice all over,
He poured a potion on it.
one of us, like the cube seems to absorb all the liquid, and then a different side goes blue.
Oh,
You said there wasn't a blue, you
We
bastard!
don't
I
have
was wrong.
blue.
I was wrong.
Cube, where's cube?
Just
Good
looks right at everyone.
berry.
It's
What the hell?
conjuration, isn't it?
Equals
No,
blue.
it's not just that.
You
Healing?
that was good berry. That was
Yeah.
Osiris is utterly shocked after like swimming through the ADD mess that he did before, and then her producing a result. Just
I need to try
feels
cure wounds on
deflated.
that.
I'll say
I'm gonna. Sorry, you go.
I was typing to AJ thinking he's like, you get another eyes all caps right. Wait.
You're welcome, bitch.
Now I just want to figure out whether or not it's just flat healing or if it's like.
Well, we can pour a potion on
Something
it, but that's a
else.
waste of 50
No,
gold.
I've got cure
If
wounds, dude.
If it's flat healing, I'm just gonna lay on hands.
And you also have healing hands instead.
I'm assuming each time you make a card appear, you're waiting the 10 minutes it takes
Yes.
to not appear.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
yes.
You-
It's a lot of time.
You pump a divine heal into it, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to be a physical heal, like good berry or.
Good
I'm
berry.
not wasting 50
Potion?
gold.
I believe good berry's conjuration, isn't it?
I believe we used conjuration on it
But
already.
it absorbed it, that's the problem.
It was the actual healing of something that takes a physical form.
I have one last theory to test, but I need lots of room.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll move out the way.
No,
You're gonna
like,
cast shatter.
no, I don't have shatter.
Yeah.
I do.
I used to.
Oh, no, I
I-
don't.
I pick up the cube and I say, "You are all welcome to follow, but I need to find somewhere open, i.e.,
Oh, we're going into
a
the
park
house.
or something
What?
in the underground." Yes, it probably exists.
This seems like a really bad idea.
It's
If you're
going
gonna
to
do
be.
something destructive, we
Can't
probably
we-
shouldn't do this.
Okay, real quick. You should
Hmm.
know Osiris. When has he ever done anything destructive?
Can we just do this on the trail to where we're going instead of in the city where we could probably get further arrested?
It
And they say they were
will
watching
be-
us all the time.
That means they won't be surprised when we do it later anyway.
Oh my god.
I don't think this is a good idea, Cyrus.
Of all people to trust, it should be me.
No.
Okay.
Do you need a public place or a private, like an open place?
Anywhere open, really. Anywhere with 100 square feet.
Oh.
Okay. Follow me. And Mario gets up and he starts walking off. It's
I'll
only
do
that.
it.
Yep.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay because like casting the wings like wears me out big time. She just like slumps down in a chair.
I'm gonna go.
It's like glowing a little bit still as well.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
So-
go.
Okay, so you go. You follow Mario. It's only about a 5-minute walk, and he finds a place. It's on like a level higher, like the next level up. So it's like away from some of the more populated market areas. And yeah, he takes you to a place like, does this work? It's just like a square. Kind of not super used right now. You see like a few there's buildings around like residential, but it's not currently like bustling with people.
There's about to be an extra building.
Yeah. I sit down, I put my 4 stakes in the ground with the cube in the middle, and I start the 10-minute casting of Ozzy's Observatory.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking that you were gonna do.
Neither.
Yeah, when I
wasn't
said I
that.
don't have destruct. Do you think I have Fireball?
Maybe.
I don't have Fireball.
No,
Someone
I
does.
think what you have is called fucking lightning.
You
Uh,
got
how-
fireball?
How do you cast
Maybe.
the spell?
What
I
is
mean,
fireball?
if we want coal lightning, I can offer coal lightning.
Oh.
How do you
Got
cast
heat
the
metal?
spell?
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
do have
One
metal.
at a time.
as the 4 stakes are in the ground, and the typical way I cast it happens where the stakes levitate out and start to sketch this building. I hope the stakes go to the cube. 2 of them raise it up as it starts sort of sketching around it, trying to incorporate it as part of the materials like needed in order to cast the spell.
Okay, you just cast the spell. It starts going off. After the 10 minutes are up, the sketching is completed. You open the door and just see the cube sitting on the ground in the middle of the tower. None of the sides are lit up.
Okay. This is giving me a headache. And can I dispel this? Am I able to do that? Cool. I
Sure.
snap my fingers and the whole thing just it
Can I
turns
get rid
into
of
a
this?
puff of smoke.
Yep. You drop a solid like half foot down to the ground and you're fine.
Okay, well. I don't know. Like, for now, we don't really need all the sides, we just need to have the thing on us. Probably best we go back and actually decide what we're doing in terms of how we're going to approach everything.
As you both return back to have this meeting, I think we'll take our break because we've been at it for 2 hours.
Shit!
Doesn't feel like it's been that long.
That's what happens when you go on trial.
Quickly take a break, buy a break, everyone get some food, water. I'll be back in a little bit myself, and yeah.
Oh wait, and then
I'm be here.
I think yeah.
I already went.
Darian,
Oh,
I fucked
okay.
up, didn't I?
No.
Huh?
I didn't fuck up in the trial.
You could have fucked up worse.
I'm very surprised that Judas didn't cast his little, like, identify whatever thing on me.
What,
The angel wings.
I don't think I was there for that. I probably would have.
Yeah, you were right there.
Everyone was there.
No, as in, I wasn't at the.
Oh, you were AFK,
Hugo.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh! Well, yeah.
Could I have retroactively done that?
No, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
She's still humanoid.
fair enough.
You can cast on me if you want and find out there's like 12 different things in part of me.
Jeremy,
Nah,
you
I'm
getting a
just gonna
headache?
absorb the extra planar on you, make you afraid of me.
I was curious if Jeremy, are you getting a headache yet?
He's gone, he's AFK.
Oh, it's gone. That's no
He
fun.
has to walk away. at this point.
Yeah, no, he wasn't reply, so I'm like, he's probably just running around furious. That's fucking hilarious. I'm glad
Hey,
I
look,
mentioned
the cube
it.
is a +1 weapon now for at
I'm
least
not
an
anymore.
hour.
So it's 10
I'm-
minutes each time to reset the cube. You guys
Yeah,
have
it
worked
is.
wrong side, so it's probably expired by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I mentioned, hey, good berry healing or whatever, just because apparently that comes up blue. Probably some form of nature magic mixed with healing. I don't fucking know.
I really didn't expect the good berry to work. I just wanted to dumbly like smother the cube in like juice and crap and make it.
So,
It worked.
what did Nurusine actually do? Listen, did you say he poured a potion on it?
No, I originally was thinking, oh fuck, he must have poured a potion on it because the good berry is doing something and that's healing like energy.
Hmm.
But then I was like, wait, that's blue. What? What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
there's still the red side. You guys have no idea how to activate that.
I mean, red makes sense because potion to heal are usually red.
and there's
Oh,
one side you're
right.
unaware of.
I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot.
Oh,
What?
Well, I've like figured out 4 of the sides, and I'm thinking square in like the 2D form of like just like 4 sides.
no,
But this is a
6.
3D
This
object.
is a 3D object, yeah.
It's got 6 sides.
Yeah, so we've got
And
orange,
smart.
we've got white, we've got green, and we've got blue, which we can do. Red, we
I-
fucking don't know, and then there's another side.
I passed math in school.
It's been
I
great.
did a good math time in the schools.
It's been great listening to the wheel, like just sitting here listening to the wheels turning in everyone's heads, and just knowing like how close and how far away you guys are from activating any of the sides. It's been awesome.
I really, really, really wish that I had a laptop so I could go lay down in bed because my body is hurting a lot. I'm so
I hate it
uncomfortable.
when cube doesn't work.
Are you getting
Oh,
mad, Jeremy?
Oh,
I'm
back
getting
to
so
that.
mad.
Yeah, you're
When
getting
body
mad.
doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
Which you guys, you got 4 sides. You figured one more out.
I need like a couch in here.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need like something that I can recline in.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
back.
So you guys mad yet?
You have no idea how tempted I am to use one of the files on it.
I'm less
Honestly, I'm
mad
pretty
than I
happy
am
that I figured
uncomfortable.
something out.
Yeah, you're the only one to figure something out. This
You don't
is
understand
very-
how cut Osiris is about that. About that specifically.
For someone who's like, you know, like wise and well traveled and stuff, he is a salty bitch.
I mean, yeah,
He
I've got
is
to
a
incorporate a
salty
little bit of
boy.
myself into him.
I mean, like, he's just so salty.
Oh, he lives near the ocean. He's an ocean
This is
turtle.
true. This is very true. You haven't been there for a while though, so you know.
Yeah, I need to get back home. There is a set date where I need to go back home.
He's running out of salt in his body. He needs to replace it.
That's
Uh-huh.
why he's like extra sarcastic at the moment because the like sodium levels are dropping.
Fuck, what's with this place hot?
He's like diabetic, but with salt.
So,
40 degrees, Kimmy.
yeah. Well,
Man,
my
it's only
room
like
is
20 degrees here, and I'm like overheated as heck.
so hot. The fan, like, I've been trying not to like lean into the fan too much because I can see it picks up on my mic. So like I try to lean every now and then back and forth when I have myself like muted.
I legitimately think I would die if I were in WA at the moment.
Oh yeah, we've hit like 45 degrees days.
I'm good.
No, not
So-
yet. We hit 40 today.
So who's ticked off?
I think it's Dimitri, because
Ma.
he has to do some work.
Oh, okay, he's still AFK.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got like extra layers, and I'm carrying around like an extra 10 kilos that's strapped to my stomach at the moment.
Yeah, that can't be fun.
Just take it off.
It's
Know
rather
that
no, I
feeling.
can't do that. It's an extra 10 kilos strapped to my stomach that sometimes kicks me in the rib cage.
Let's get rid of it.
It's a lovely feeling having a foot jammed in your rib cage. Let me tell you.
Just pop it open early with a knife, easy.
No, I would die.
Made C-section.
No,
Oh.
Surprise C-section!
I'd really rather not.
What if the baby has a knife?
Honestly, for the like level of strength that she kicks in, I don't think she needs more.
What if she's taken your ribs to make a shank?
That's probably what she's trying to do. I don't know. Everything hurts.
Okay.
Can I pour ink on the cube?
You pour ink on the cube.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
One side lights up blue.
Lick.
Cool.
Lick.
Oh.
Oh. Because it absorbed juice of the good berry.
Do you want to know the exact wording of it?
Go for
Sure.
it.
If a colored liquid is poured on the cube,
Oh, because the whole quill's based around color. Fuck.
and also good
Colour
berries are
spray would've
berries.
worked.
Color
Yes.
spray would actually have worked. Yeah.
My
Yeah, good
God.
berries are berries. Berries have colored juice. It worked.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, cool.
There you
Now
go.
we understand it a little bit more.
I don't know if I'm less mad or more mad now.
I think you should be more mad.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I
Yeah.
am.
Do we have anything written down with what colors the cube does compared to like what things? Do we have a note on
Yeah.
that?
In the notes, there should say identify on the cube that I've made public.
Yeah, so we know
I'll
that
look that up.
heating
Yeah,
up one
yeah.
side is orange. Identify did white. We don't know what red was. Hitting it with something or just damaging it is green. Liquid stuff is blue, and then we still have one more side to worry. Well, two, but yeah, one which we don't even know what the color is. With blue liquid, that makes sense. That's fucking water. Fuck.
Water's not blue.
Water blue.
Water is see-through, Kimmy.
It's blue.
It's only because if it's a sunny day.
Take a cup of water out of the ocean and tell me it's blue.
Blue. This
No,
art piece says it's blue.
your art piece is wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm wondering what would happen if it reacts to blood. Like
One
if
day
it
I'm
would
gonna
just
level
go
up.
Blue.
It's a coloured liquid. Oh,
Wait.
that's-
Yeah.
Wait. Put the blood on the cube.
You put the blood on the cube.
Fine, I take,
Blood
I
on the
take
cube.
Christine's hand and I slice her finger.
Put the blood on the cube.
Okay, you put the blood on the cube.
No, I mean I'm not doing it. I'm just
I'll
like,
do it.
oh, red blood. Cube,
Okay,
now.
Jeremy's putting blood on the cube. Osiris
put
cuts
blood.
his hand and puts blood on the cube.
Yep.
Oh, you actually
One
do
side
it?
glows
Okay.
red.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Yo. Hell yeah. Red.
Hang on, that was red?
That was red.
Ah, see, I'm
Every
not just
time-
a stupid face.
Every time the cube had glowed red in the past was
It
because
was when he
Nerisian
was
had
hit.
Nerisian had the cube and was knocked unconscious and bled on the cube.
That's hilarious.
I did it! I helped!
That's 5.
You know what?
Still
I'm
missed
gonna,
one.
I'm gonna switch the stream back. Why not? We can.
Yeah, at this point, can they can hear us during all this? Yeah.
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 Okay, good.
I figured something out, I'm so happy.
There you go. You guys have got
Hey.
red now. One side to go with no clues.
Isn't it orange or was that? Oh no, that was the red one we're talking
That
about.
was the fire one. Yeah. So we have literally no context, nothing. And I think right now it's probably. I think we've got all what we can right now.
I might be
could
able to
rub some dirt
cross-reference
on it.
this in the Atheneum and find out.
Good luck.
What happens if we rub some dirt on it?
Earth.
Have you got any dirt anywhere?
I got
In a mountain.
No, okay, yeah, no, I'll cast plant growth
Oh,
In where? Where are you casting it?
wherever I want.
In the house?
Okay, you
Sure.
cast plant growth.
I got mending.
You cast plant growth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me tick off my 3rd level spell slot.
I'm surprised you have Plant Grip. It's a really good spell.
And my other one. Yeah, I used it in the other session.
So good.
I'm so happy.
Keep typing.
I'm so happy I figured something out.
Because we knew it had to be something with Nersian. Of course, it was because Nersian always went down.
Yeah,
You know,
and
yeah.
he died, so.
Yeah, it glows blue.
It glows blue.
Nature?
Okay, so that's...
So the other half of that one is cast any create or shape spell on the cube, or a colored liquid or dye is poured on it.
Well,
There you go. That's
All
full description of how to
create.
activate that side. The spell is absorbed, and a blue ceramic forms symbols on the side sticking to the cube. After 10 minutes, it breaks away, and the original form is of the applied item is returned.
did you say it absorbs the spell, so it didn't make a mess?
It doesn't make a mess. When you cast it, it's absorbed into the cube.
Oh yeah. I don't have to fix anything.
Sorry.
That's great.
And then when you
When I
guys
cast Tidal Wave in the room, right?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
you cast tidal wave in the room,
Kill everyone.
it absorbed into the cube,
It's not a
Wait,
color.
wait.
It's
and
not
it
a
glows
Yeah.
colored
blue,
liquid. It's not a colored liquid.
but it's a create or shape spell.
Okay, that's why it works, not because of the other one.
No, it's a liquid.
It is a liquid, but water is not colored.
I mean, it's blue.
I'm gonna say this now. This last one is gonna make you all mad.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it will.
last
It's
one-
gonna piss me off probably the most. I can feel
Can I
it.
use
gonna
a
be
charge
something
of my
really
wand of
basic.
magic missiles and cast magic missile at it?
You cast magic missile on the cube.
Mm-hmm.
The cube glows green
Okay.
as you shoot the cube with a magic missile.
Hold on.
Well, technically it's 3.
Wait, hold on. We tried like seeing it's like excess radiant stuff, but I'm wondering if you had pure essence of radiance, such as from the moon,
Like Moonbeam.
You want to try
if that would
Moonbeam?
make a difference.
Try Moonbeam.
So you go outside and cast
so you
moonbeam
guys
on the
don't
cube.
have to use your thing.
It's once a day thing, is it? Let me just double check.
Yeah,
that.
it's once a day.
Okay.
We have to be like within 15 feet or 30
I
feet.
I
something
can
like
do it. I can do it if you guys want.
that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll cast Moonbeam on it.
Okay, Terra
We
casts
take
moonbeam
it
on the cube.
outside, and we cast Moonbeam.
No, we do it
on
inside, please.
Well, technically, everywhere's inside. There is no moon here.
You cast moonbeam on the cube. Nothing happens to the cube.
Depression.
Worth a shot. The only thing I got.
No, the
Again,
cube
I
doesn't
could've
have
used it.
depression, it's a cube.
Again, I could have used it just to save you a slot.
Hey Sam, they're losing their minds trying to activate the cube they've finally gotten back.
Again.
That's fine. I have no idea what's happened. I'm just here now.
Damn
It's
it.
okay.
You went back to Dwarfland, you got arrested, had a trial. The king was like, fix this.
Annex
or
left,
die.
you guys,
Annex left. Now there's
and then
this...
got brought back.
Yeah, then brought back, and it turned out to be Terra, who was actually a shape changer the entire time. And now she's sort of just there vibing while everyone's attacking the cube that has done nothing wrong. It's just a good old boy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All I
she
need
hasn't been
to-
informed of what the cube's done.
All I need to ask from this is, did I lose my bird friend?
Yeah,
Yes.
she said goodbye and left. So
Cool.
you
I'm
got
gonna
your
burn down
goodbyes.
something later.
What's the correct connection between you
I'm
and-
joking. I was making a joke about my
Oh, I didn't.
pyromania.
Fair enough.
I said I'm gonna burn
okay.
something down later.
Just don't do the
Burn
cube.
down
Go to
the
the
house. Hang on,
And
it's
we
made
can't-
out of rock. We can't.
No, I inspire. the
Rocks
cube.
can melt.
You know,
How
inspired.
you inspiring the cube?
I say, with such sharp edges like that, I bet your curves are just as attractive.
No.
It's the exact same thing, but in the opposite.
Uh-huh.
Nothing
That's-
happens to the
Nothing
cube.
That's,
Okay.
that's hilarious.
It's all
Can I
about
have
context.
guidance on the cube?
Just
Yep.
guidance to the cube.
Did you say
Cube
aqua green?
blushes.
Yes,
Nothing
aqua
happens.
green.
Okay.
If you hit the cube, it goes aqua green. Yes.
Anyone got-
Much like Terra's mint color on her token.
Would poison count as a colored liquid?
Depends on the poison.
Yeah, kind of.
Out of curiosity. I don't have any poison spells, but like, I'm just curious. Something that came past my mind. Imagine this in conversation where I'm not being as all over the place.
Well, we're technically back.
Yeah, we are.
We are well back into this.
Yeah.
We are.
We're
Well,
still
we're,
working-
we're
we're
just kind of
still working-
brainstorming.
We're still working on the cube. They are one side to go. They have
We have
fire.
made so much progress.
You have made progress. You
I
figured
figured
out.
out.
It's
hang on.
like, yeah.
I figured out one thing. I figured out the blood.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I'm
progress.
happy about that.
Can I just start? I've probably already done this, but my brain's the size of a walnut. Can I just start playing a song in the proximity of it?
You
As
start
you
playing the
do.
cue.
flute.
You
with
haven't
my new
actually.
flute.
You haven't.
As you do,
Fuck you!
the
I can hear the
side
smirk in your
glows
face.
blue.
Fuck you!
The
Fuck
side
off.
goes pink.
No.
The
No,
final
fuck
side
this
glows
game.
pink.
I was waiting the entire time, like, if he casts a spell with material components and he says he's playing music, it'll glow. But every time you're like, I make the house. It's like, no, that's your component for the house. You're not using.
The one you were so close for so long, Jeremy.
When we heard Bardic Inspiration and Cunning Words, we're just like, hey, do you play music? He's like, no, I'm just saying this thing.
We were fishing. We were fishing.
Yeah, no, you were. You were 100% fishing for that.
There you go. The final side is revealed. If music is played within 15 feet of the cube, it starts to glow a pinkish hue.
Have they ever
leaves-
glowed
leaves the room.
simultaneously?
He leaves the room.
You want to try it, Kim? You want to try and make two sides glow?
I don't know if I can.
I got more good berries in my hand right now. We can use one of them.
She has
Okay.
more good.
I'll heat it up with a firebolt in my hand.
Alright,
And
you
I'll
cast fireball.
smoosh another good berry on it at the same time.
Okay. First it glows orange, you smush the good berry, and it just keeps glowing orange.
Was there an order to it? I forget.
Well, you shoot the firebolt into it, it glows orange. You put the good berry onto it, the orange is still there. After 10 minutes, the orange fades, and then the other side does not activate.
Hmm.
To make it easier,
You can
No.
only do
one side at a time, and it has 10-minute cooldown, and you cannot like override that by doing a different side while it's active.
So now what I'm thinking of is the potential of activating these, because we know that activating one of the sides and then putting it into the pedestal in the place that we went into activated a thing. Now that we have all 6, we probably could be able to figure out what to do with this place.
Hey AJ,
Yeah,
thank God that we actually went through and made the rest of the dungeon.
it took all day, but we got it done.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to send a message to Osiris if he left the room. I'm just going to send a message just being like, "Are you okay?"
I'm frustrated.
You should be.
It's my whole gimmick. It's the same as me forgetting my bardic inspiration when we went to do
Wait,
that whole distraction thing.
wait. How many times has Nerisian activated that by playing his trumpet?
So many times.
Oh,
But every single time it was concealed in his clothes.
oh my god.
Is this passive just shithouse?
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
I think it was.
And because I kept it in a
Oh,
bag of
yeah.
well, we didn't have it, but because it would be kept in a bag of holding.
It doesn't count as being within range.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm so fucking mad.
You should be, man. Like, there was nothing I could do for that one. That was all
You
you.
could sing. That is not solid.
You
It is-
want-
It is my fault.
There's no way I would be singing.
Marta
Good
looks
luck
up and
trying.
is like, well, now that you figured out how it works, what's the plan?
The cube itself activated a certain. When we entered the gate itself, we were transported into a blank room. Putting the cube into a spot with it activated transformed the room to something else. We only saw one phase of the room before we were forcefully taken out. Something potentially to do with doing all 6 could solve it, but we don't know. We're just guessing here. That's all we have.
And the one they all keep calling bastard, Zorosh, he sent you all here. Does he not know more?
No, to be honest, his notes probably had half of these sides from my
Yeah.
memory.
He had only really figured out a few of them.
And even then, the notes that we have were torn, and I don't believe I was in the right mindset to ask him anything when I saw him.
Cyrus comes back in here muttering how bullshit this is.
I mean, we figured
Eric
it out.
just waves at him.
Look, I don't think Zerosh's health was the best of times. I doubt he would have been able to really help us too much if he didn't even know really what was happening. We don't have much to go on, but with this, at least it's something.
We're definitely many steps closer than we were last time.
Well, this time we have foresight of knowing what it does.
This is more of a meta question. Does anyone have sending? Curiosity.
Stone.
I have a sending stone, but that's about
You want
it.
to talk to Brylov?
I've already used my stone to talk to Jake.
Okay, that might be because I just had a brain bubble. So one of the things is the dragon sleeps, right?
Mm-hmm.
When was Zerosha's stillborn conceived?
Oh.
Is that too
I
much of
mean-
a stretch?
Lord Zarosh?
How much would it cost for a 3rd level scroll, roughly?
Couple hundred.
Fucking. Yeah.
Could just wait until tomorrow.
I think 500.
Wait.
It's the sending stone.
Lord Zarosh had egg.
No, I said stillborn.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't the way he was married or had children.
Or could lay eggs.
Like,
Yeah.
Zerosh
Say,
is
Cyrus,
beautiful.
did not mention eggs.
No, I said
Yeah.
stillborn
Stillborn.
specifically.
That's what I That's what I meant. I thought you said egg.
No.
No.
But it wasn't the way he had any family of any sort.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? It's like he travels a lot.
It's almost like he doesn't focus on the right topic at hand.
Look,
Centered.
I've only got like 7 years experience in the fiefdom for what is known as civilized life. So I'm out of the loop on most things.
I
I'll
just
be
looked at the rest of the
honest.
group. Should we tell him? Is there any reason to hide that from him? He's
Why
probably
don't
going
we
to find it
hide
at
it?
some point.
And am I part of
Oh, that's right. There's also you.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think he's very good at keeping that sort of stuff secret anyway, but it's your call.
it? I agree with her.
What do you mean?
You don't know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I agree with you.
This might actually
okay.
be. No.
Try that,
no.
Catman, and
No.
next time I'll put you for the floor.
I'll refrain from saying that. I'd rather not make enemies with with him,
If my charms didn't have weird side effects, I would use them willingly.
just in case something goes wrong.
A little knock at the door, and the housekeeper guy comes. He's like, "Are you all okay? You have been in here for." Looks at like a wrist that has nothing on it. About 2.5 hours. Do you need anything to eat?
You want a
Tuesday.
good berry? I still have one.
I won't say no. I would like a berry.
She goes over and gives him the last good berry.
He eats the berry and he's like, "Thank you."
Actually, a
Pats
bad
his
theory.
head and then just goes back over. And sits down
Bad
again.
berry.
I don't
He's-
drink bad berries.
he just, like,
I have
sit-
poisonous potion.
He like rubs his eye and he's like, "That was very nice. I feel less tired now.
Aw.
Bless.
Is there anything I can do to help you all? I did not receive word you were coming back here, but it is okay."
Pardon, I wish to pardon our intrusion. Maybe perhaps go home and get some rest. You look dead tired.
This is my home.
Go get some
Yep.
rest then.
There are guests. I will do my job.
Okay, sure. I'm sorry. Maybe we should leave so this nice lady could get some rest.
I am a man. I will make.
Yo, Sunday! This is
I'm
not a
sorry.
man.
It is
I'm
okay.
sorry, it's-
Wow, you
It-
really do need to learn to shut your mouth.
Don't worry, large Catman. I will make biscuits. And he walks out of the room.
Can I start R&D on turning AoE spells into specific target and then take silence?
Just silence specifically.
Can I help?
Don't you wish you had a silence file?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Mato's like, So now we have clues on how to deal with this gate that no one's really explained yet. When are you guys going
Little
there?
wooden gate.
First
Didn't I
thing
explain
tomorrow morning.
You guys having trouble getting past the latch?
It's
It is a very convoluted latch, yes. You are welcome to have a stab at it when we get there.
Do
I'm
Maybe
completely
maybe
melted.
your dumb luck might come into effect again.
Do you need me to acquire any things you need?
Have we eaten through all of our rations?
God, no, you have so many fucking
You're in
rations.
a,
Can I
Oh, I
have
don't
some scissors?
I have like 33 rations in the bag of holding.
she has good berry. You don't need rations anymore.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
let's get rid of our rations. Fuck that.
Just sell rations?
Sell all.
Hold on to these.
Sell all. Okay.
I would
guess-
tell you to go buy stuff yourself, but you don't seem to want to go outside with everyone now.
You may get stoned.
If I give you some money, could you get some healing potions for me?
Sure.
Give me some
I'm just trying to
scissors.
remember how much healing potions cost.
50 gold each.
I'm just
You
trying to
have-
remember how much platinum.
Platinum, one platinum is 10 gold.
And yeah, we have a lot of gold on us.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab.
You have a lot of gold.
You would like
Yeah.
some scissors?
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
grab 4 healing potions, please.
Like, out of curiosity, like, I've got 124 platinum.
Just 'cause
Fucking hell!
we're going out somewhere that's probably going to be rather dangerous. It's probably best if we have a few healing potions.
Right, knock
That's
the
so
cost
much
off.
flight mail.
Later that day,
Yeah.
Mardo comes back and gives you the healing potions.
Yeah, literally.
That's
I got
200
nothing to
gold.
spend it on, dude.
Yeah, is there anything else
20
you want to
platinum.
give Mardo?
Do I get my scissors?
Yep, he doesn't even charge you for it. He brings you back a pair of scissors.
Yes.
That's like one
Yeah.
copper.
I found these.
I have
Um,
one question for Mardo.
Yes.
Are my Minotaur friends here?
Oh, the Minotaurs. The tribe to the north who does trade, they are not in at the moment. They actually left 2 days ago.
Yeah, just missed them.
Convenient.
Well, at this point, I feel there's not much more that we really need to discuss. We've gone over the cube, we've gone over the riddles as best we can.
We've gone over everything to do with this gate. Tell me, Mato, where have the undead and elementals been seen popping up? Is there a most common occurrence? A concentrated place where that happens, or
Yes, I believe they mentioned it in the trial. It is Adharma Udor.
The city.
where is that
mentioned for-
exactly?
It's nearby where we're going to be heading. Don't worry.
You will have to pass through there.
I feel the first thing we should probably do is to deal with the threat at hand, and then to find the gate. Unless other people think that we should just go straight for the gate.
If what I'm understanding is we have to go through this threat before getting to said gate,
Yes.
I have abilities and spells to protect us, or mainly one or two people from the effects of elementals and undead. That is where that's where my strength lies.
Do I know that like my abilities would be like with my radiant damage and stuff be good against the undead, or is it? I'm assuming I wouldn't know that because it's not something I've ever really had to like come across.
Yeah, and undead are really like not. The whole making of undead and things is really not allowed in Ghislaine, so you never had
Yeah.
experience to deal with it.
And I guess I don't really know much about like my magic being radiant anyway. Like I just kind of know that it like it's
Would I
yeah.
be able to surmise that her magic is in fact radiant?
I probably wouldn't have said anything about like being able to do damage and stuff.
Okay.
I assume I would know this.
The whole undead thing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because you study shit, and it's not a super uncommon thing. People who like travel the world. Some forms of undead are weak to radiant, some are not.
Most are not.
Yeah, it's like there are some that are like
four.
specifically fucks them up, and some that like most of them though are resilient enough to not be destroyed by it.
Most of them just go, and that's about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He knows
Is there anything
catapult.
else?
See, that's a double joke. That's a callback, and there's also cat in the name.
The housekeeper
Why?
comes back at one point and is like, I have snacks. And he puts like a tray of biscuits down on a table and like a pot of tea and some cups and leaves again.
Thank you very much.
Bear just grabs like 3 biscuits and just starts eating them.
There are some new friend. I don't believe we have asked your name. What can you do?
Who are you talking
Just
to?
looks at him
Oh, it's
like
a
New
still
friend.
mouth just full of food and just looks at him with a blank stare until she swallows. Oh, I'm Tara. I do fiery stuff.
Oh.
That's fun. Is this druidic?
Yes.
Holy? Ah! Okay. I like you.
I don't like you.
That is fair.
Not a lot of people do.
Not a lot of people do
I
like
could have died because of you, and I don't even know you.
To be fair, I would like to say that it's your fault for turning into the bird in the first place.
There's no point in
Yeah,
arguing.
but you also share the blame for not being able to shut your mouth, apparently.
No, these people just probably want me killed because I'm a hobgoblin. In fact, that
Yeah, so
probably
that's
would be
even
on
just more
trial.
your fault.
for
That's not my
that alone.
fault at all. I didn't make you a
It's just-
hobgoblin.
Just like Selena's just sitting there in a chair, just like more and more exhausted looking as it's going on. Just like, can we just?
Yes, let's rest and get an early start. That sounds like a fantastic plan.
Yes,
I like
let us
this
please
idea.
leave this aboard so the nice lady can get old man made.
Why?
I'm
What is
sorry.
wrong with you?
Let I don't know, okay? All these dwarves have fucking beards. I cannot tell which is which at this point.
I walk over to Judas. I take. Where is it? It says somewhere. I take a piece of a leather armor that I just have because starting equipment, and I just jam it in his mouth. Quit while you're behind. Alright? We'll go to bed, and
You're
everything will be
smaller
fine.
than
You
me.
can't talk.
I take it out of my mouth and I begin to walk out.
As you all start,
Yamato's like, I will see you tomorrow. And he gets up and leaves.
as you all start to take a long rest, I would like for everyone to roll perception.
Sure.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah.
Is this
I
like
will laugh.
as we're like sort of about to sleep, sort of thing?
You're mid sleep.
No.
Alright, I'm using Tides of Chaos. That's probably not
Okay.
fun for me.
Is this? No, it wouldn't be sand priest. I don't think.
Let me tap
Bring
that.
all the dice whilst it's
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
That's survival. It's pretty good.
Oh shit! I rolled the wrong thing. I think it's the same number either way. Yeah, no, it'd still be a 10. So just keep
Wow,
the
my
10.
tides are doing well today. 16.
I'm not gonna let you get me that one. Just stick with the 10.
For anyone like who might have noticed as well, like as we were like heading out, like I, other than looking like physically and mentally exhausted, I was like sort of giving off a bit of a strange glow.
I offer her a biscuit I have taken a mouthful out of.
No, it's okay. I'm not that hungry at the moment.
Okay. And she just takes another bite out of it, just walks on.
As
Enjoy.
you all asleep, those of you with above 15 perception, everyone hears like this large like crackling noise, but then you all start to stir. But those who have the above 15 perception, you hear, "Oh, Master Zarosh, I didn't know you were going to be here."
Yeah, I have 18 passive perception.
Since
Chaos was a good one.
Yeah,
disadvantage because you'd be asleep would knock that down by 5, so your passive would end up being only
I
a
am-
13.
Out like a fucking lion.
So yeah, those who heard that, you wake up as the loud sound of Zarosh arriving in the middle of the night.
I've
Well-
never met this man, and I'm in his house. I would like to make my presence known and apologize for my presence in his house.
I am
bit
probably
loud
gonna
now.
wake up and actually get myself up and probably prepare myself and look down.
I sleep.
I did
Yeah.
not get woken up by it. I
Did
am in
not?
the Atheneum. Speaking of which,
Yep. You want to roll for information on something?
yeah, of course, more R&D, seeing as we found out what the cube is, and yeah.
What kind of R&D? Is this your
Yeah.
other R&D or more stuff about the gate?
Oh, I suppose I should do gate. Yeah, I'll do gate. Fine. Gate R&D.
So what do you okay? We gotta be specific here. You just research the gate in general, or are you gonna research a specific topic on the gate?
Okay, let me get my notes up real quick. What do I have on gates? Gate doors. Nope.
So who's meeting Zarosh now?
I am.
I'm assuming that the
Christine.
rooms were upstairs, weren't they? So I'm assuming like I'd be like sort of looking down from like the upstairs bit to the front area where he would be arriving in from.
He's not actually arriving from the front door.
Oh, he's no, of course he comes in.
There
from
is
the
a
fucking-
crack of lightning.
Yeah, yeah.
I assume he has a teleportation circle.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah, he does. Of course he
Mhm.
does.
We
You guys
saw him
haven't
go
ever
through
explored
said
this house.
teleportation.
No, because
No,
that is
he went.
rude.
He went for the painting last time.
That was different.
Yeah. Different. Yeah. Well, like I'll head to it. Yeah.
I'll wait for Cyrus to tell me.
Oh, sorry, you're waiting on me.
No, we're just
I
have
w-
the two merge together.
Yeah. Specifically about this cube that I have that I now know a lot more information about it than I previously did. I don't know if I can mentally take it in as sort of just a visual aid into the Atheneum and cross-reference why this helps activate such a powerful 9th level spell that's imbued in this like specific spot, and if that's not really yielding fruitful in the first 5-10 minutes, move on to that potentially opening up smaller portals.
Okay, so the gate potentially relating to smaller portals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make an an investigation check. AJ messaged me what he got, and I'll start right up.
Must love this ability.
It's fun because it means we can tell you things that happen happening in the background that no one really would ever be told of.
The best thing you probably ever got and given.
As the couple of you who are watching, you see Zarosh stride in. He's wearing some more like traveling gear. As he walks in, notices the few of you up the stairs. His golden eyes slightly glowing, looking at whoever's looking down below. He gives a bit of a head nod towards the room, and you see as he enters, small candles are being lit up, and the room is brightened, the one that he walked into.
Hello. You must be Lord Zarosh. My name is Judas. I believe your associates and I have. I'm pretty sure we are taking refuge in your house for a while after the trial. The Total Man and his friends are here as well. They're just currently sleeping at the moment. I just wanted to make myself and my presence aware. Did not want to be rude, because it is your abode, and it'd be frankly rude if you had uninvited guests in your house and they wouldn't make themselves present.
I was also shocked to learn that someone was using my home in Highview without my knowledge. And when I heard it was your group, I decided to drop by as I needed
brilliant.
to talk to the group.
Should I wake the others?
Let them sleep. We can discuss in the morning.
I believe that the High King would like to have a word with you. Perhaps later. We're going to go and try and see if we can fix this, but we'll discuss in the morning. Thank you very much for letting us stay in your house, and I hope you have a nice rest. And we'll go back into my room.
Christine, what are you doing?
I feel like a lot of what Christine would be doing is like while Judith was talking, and sort of I guess while Zeresh is sort of moving upwards towards us in a way, or like past us, whatever. It's just that kind of just stare of like, why are you here? Like, and then like just mixed with a like kind of bitterness after like what happened last time. Just like out of nowhere, here's everything dumped onto you, like onto your head. Just sort of silent, but just that sort of half bitter, half like, what are you doing sort of thing. And then I feel like after Judith's turn, it's probably like an extra 5-10 seconds, and she just turn in silence.
Christine asks, "What are you doing here?" Zeresh, "I live here."
She knows that's the response
As you
that
all
he's gonna give.
go to sleep and wake up, having a full rest this time. As you all get ready bright and early, you notice that Zeresh is sitting in the lounge room that you were before, reading a book.
Kara has no idea who this person is. She just approaches him and just sits next to him and goes, "Hey, you want a good berry?"
Sure, I've not eaten yet, and being full will help a little bit.
Make some
You
good
swap
berries.
out a
She gives him a
spell
good berry
for-
and then eats one herself.
He eats
I'll get up and then walk down.
Yeah, and I come down the stairs sort of like stunned, but then I'd just be like, "Oh, it's good to see you again."
It's good to see you as well. We'll talk when all your friends are here.
Okay,
Kara will also offer Selena a good berry.
I'll take one today and thank her.
She's pretty giddy to have it taken.
I
May I
assume
have one
Cyrus
of
was
these
already
good
down.
berries?
I'm feeling myself again.
Everyone is downstairs who wants to be.
Yeah. I feel like
Probably-
Osiris is like the kind of person who goes to bed at 8 o'clock and wakes up at 4.
Well, yeah, you're an old man, so.
I'm probably keeping my distance, but yeah, I'll be downstairs.
Kara will actively offer good berries to everyone but Judith.
Oh.
She has one there for him if he asks for it, but she's
I
not
see
offering it.
If I see
I
that, then
specifically
I'm.
ask.
She'll give it to him then.
If I see that man sitting there, I'm probably going to keep my distance.
He just like smiles at you slightly as everyone, each person who walks in, you get like a slight smile from him, but that's like all he really gives you unless you talk to him directly as he waits.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I want to.
Is he disappointed in us?
From what you can read of the face of this man, he doesn't understand small talk.
Ah. You know what? Fair.
But something has got his, like something's
Atten-
making his attention, and it's like a positive. Is like the smile seems to be genuine in that regard.
So you could say his demeanor is very different than when we met him in not Highview in
And
Yeah,
Divine.
fuck.
We're
And
wearing
Vine.
hyper.
He didn't seem that
because
interested
he seemed like
last
kind
time.
of a yeah,
Fuck
whatever.
you,
Just
I'm
hurry up
doing
and
my own
leave.
thing. Yeah.
We were a side thought.
Yeah.
It's more like after you mentioned the gate before, because he seemed to have this same attitude after you mentioned the gate when you were in Andivine.
Yeah.
But everything else he didn't care for.
It was like everything else wasn't really worth his time.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, this all happened. Cool.
So I think it's a fair assumption to
Beep boop.
say
Two?
that
Beep, beep.
because we know things he don't, he now deems us as valuable. I think it's been happening all night. I've only
We
been
will
able to hear
become
our
part of his
conversations.
horde one way or another.
Yeah, you can read into it whatever you want.
As you all sit down, like, it was a little surprising to hear that someone was using this place, but once I learned it was you, and after realizing that I sort of led you here once more with the letter I told you about, I thought that you might have been investigating more of the gate. And for that reason, I've come to join you.
Who are you?
Yes.
You could say he's our benefactor.
Speaking of that, we have gathered a little bit more information on the cube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just relays the stuff that we found out, like what each
First
of
on the
the
list, seeing
sides
as there are
do.
a couple people here.
You see as he pulls out a journal and he starts scratching something in it with a very fancy black and green feathered quill with like gold trimmings and all that. Well, that's interesting, having all 6 sides. That would make sense. I'm not a fan of music myself. Probably would never have gone that side, but what does each side correlate with? He seems to like be deep in for 5 minutes, like each time you like bring like a new thing up, and then when like the 5 minutes passes, like I'm being rude. Continue.
Yes, so as you probably were made aware last night, we've been tasked to get rid of or at least halt the incursion of the elementals and the undead and insert dwarven city name here.
The what now?
Yeah,
Basically, something's happening. It could be to do with the gate. It seems like there are undead that are attacking, and they said something along the lines of other portals opening or the ground splitting open. And
That is a fantastic segue. So I did my research last night, and have found that apparently permanent portals can cause instabilities within the plane and cause smaller rifts to temporarily open.
so basically, because we left the gate open.
Yeah, it's totally our fault.
That does make sense. Opening the planes are very unstable at the moment, and if you've identified the cube, you can see that there's very large amounts of concentrated magic infused with these items, and the gates itself causing portals to open up would be a probable side effect.
Yeah, well,
Now
we
we
gotta
just
go
need to-
fix that.
Now we just have the problem with the puzzle that we need to figure out that we found in the room with the gate.
The one
I suppose a
regarding-
7th opinion would be helpful.
regarding the tiles, I believe you told me about that before.
Yes. We've just been trying to figure out. It seems like we need to put them in a specific order. A lot of these things don't make much sense to us, unfortunately.
As I've done some research, given the notes you've told me already, the Divine's Fall is before the storm's raging. It happened a minute amount of time beforehand, but the gods falling caused the cataclysm to happen.
Yep.
I do know that the dragon sleeps is probably in reference to the dragon's inability to procreate and other natures like that, and that happened more towards, well, closer to your births than anything else. If anything, it would be towards the end. And the stars fade out is related to the divining fall.
Would you know much about the Titans Rejoice?
Don't believe there's been any records of the Titans on this road.
So it
So
wasn't
it would be
her.
fair to say that the two misnomers are the Titans and the Stars, because the Stars have got to do with the Divine Falling.
Not the stars, the crystal, probably.
Yeah, I'd say that the stars would be after the Divines, after the storm, possibly. Could be the third one.
More so, it'd be probably Divine's Fall, Stars, Storms, Kingdom, and Sleep.
They said the storms slightly after. The Kingdom is split is probably to do with the Kingdom Sonaris, which was year 104, you said? Which means that's
Yeah.
probably later in. The dragon sleeps.
If it's any consolation, all these events have been written. They seem to be sudden, singular instances. The stars fading have been doing it for millennia, centuries even.
Do you know
It's
possibly-
continuous.
So this is something that has been happening before the Divine's fall.
No, the divines fell and then the stars faded, but the stars fading is still happening today.
Yeah, there is no set time period because there has been no end of it.
But there was a start.
As a divine spell, yeah.
Recorded history, I believe, started when the divines fell.
New recorded history started before the divines fell. People who were around beforehand still have a quite grasp of the knowledge what happened beforehand.
Would you? Or are you a bit too young for that? That of course you are. You're a human. You.
It doesn't look a day over 44.
You flatter me. I have friends that have lived through the times, and I've been recording details of the history before the vines fell, but I have not encountered anything about the crystal's rise. That one is a mystery to me.
So at least we have a rough idea of the first two, and the last one, most likely. It's better than nothing. It's unfortunate that every single time we try and we fail, we lose a sense.
Perhaps figuring out what patterns you want to try beforehand, up until you're losing your sight, would be beneficial.
Yes. We have a lot more to go on this time.
We have a plan and we are being thrust into a situation we have no knowledge of and being taken out and put on trial.
And we also know the repercussions of what will happen. So we can most likely abort if it gets too much.
Oh, that applies to everyone, not just the individual involved in moving everything.
Another issue as well might be that will this reset when we leave the gate, or is this something that if we walk back in, are we going to be at the same point that we were in before?
Just because you guys experienced this before, you know that when you left last time, all your senses returned, but when you went back in, you lost
It was
all of the
still there.
senses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time since
It's
then. I'm just
been
wondering
literally
if
months.
It could
Literally.
have like passed, or it could just be at that point again. Okay.
As far as that is concerned, I do not know. I've never been close enough to have both a keystone and a gate a pair before. This is the first time that I've seen this happen.
Well, we can only try.
When do you plan to part?
We were going to go now, but it seems like you interrupted our plans is probably not the most delicate term, but I believe you know what I mean when I say that.
Well, if you're ready to go, so am I. And he opens up. He seems to walk over into a cupboard. As you if you go and follow, you see that it's just got this majestic blue light pouring out of the cupboard. He seems to throw a bag and stuff in there, and then reach his hand in and grab some new stuff.
Man, I can't wait till I'm that far along in magic.
He seems to dress in more adventuring attire.
Great.
Does he don armor?
No.
Of course
Okay.
not.
During this time, could I have cast Find Steed?
Yeah?
I'll knock it off.
Does that take time to cast? Can I interrupt you beforehand saying maybe when we're outside of the city?
It takes 10 minutes.
So yeah.
So if we do, we're gonna stand still for 10 minutes.
And the red
I
stone.
interrupt him by getting in his face and going, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, and like you mentioned that the High King was like he wanted yes, not a fan of bureaucracy. As you see, he like snaps his fingers, and his white hair that he had before seems to turn to this nice golden blonde, and he looks a little more youthful than he usually does. Alright.
Ah, that's got a handy trick.
Also, your necklaces haven't stopped glowing, but that's because Terra's also there. But
Yeah, that's why.
Does it still actually glow with Terra near us in that form?
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
They're a druid.
it
They
hasn't
got
stopped
blood
glowing. Or not.
Hasn't stopped glowing at all. It's been very bright.
I'm a hornless tiefling, and I'm really sensitive about it, so I use magic to make myself not look like a hornless tiefling.
Well then, shall we part?
You can cast Moonbeam.
Yes.
I'm ready when everyone else is.
I'm also ready.
As soon as you guys
should
step outside.
I burp now?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Burping is pretty good.
Yeah, and in a poof, she will once again be Annex again.
Osiris starts brushing all the glitter off himself for being in too close a proximity. Shit gets everywhere and it's so hard to get out.
Prestidigitate.
When you all walk outside with your new birdified Terra, you see Mardo's just standing there waiting already.
Sup, Mardo? I brought a +1.
He just looks at Zerosh, looks at you, and then just like,
No, I agree.
Hey, do you want a good berry?
okay.
I mean, typically you don't make friends with salad, but I think this is good berry's the exception.
He takes it, and he
It's not salad.
he takes it.
Berry.
he pockets it.
It'll go bad in 8 hours.
Pretty weirdos to put
24.
fruit in salad.
Good berries
Except
last
for
for
fruit
24
salad.
hours, not 8.
Yeah. Sorry, ever heard of a fruit salad?
Yeah, but that's different.
It's not
They
different.
actually taste good.
Yeah, but you put tomato. Tomato's a fruit.
You don't put tomato in a fruit salad!
You're old. You all need Jesus.
Okay. You all begin to leave. Mardo leads the way back down. When you reach the section of the city which is like no above ground peoples allowed, he talks and waves a sigil at them, and they eventually let you guys all pass. Travel through the city, going down all the different levels, deeper and deeper down, until you eventually reach that same gate you entered Highview from so many months ago. And you enter the underways of the Dwarven Empire, or the Dwarven Expanse. Traveling through the underways and returning towards the city you first dragged through, you see signs almost immediately of fleeing civilians. Refuse is packed along the edges of the paths. Broken carts stuffed with discarded goods litter the sides of these pathways. You walk for hours. It's more than a day's travel.
It's 6 days.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's 6 days of travel. It's a lot of
It's all
walking.
right. We have my observatory, so we're good.
I will actively make good berries for everyone every day and pocket the remaining ones. I make up 10 every single day.
What about the +2s?
I will say
we
on the
have?
first day, Osiris forgets to rearrange Annex's old room to compensate for our new friend, and he is very apologetic about it because it is like specifically tailored, and that's what he prides himself on.
You know, when he does that, she actively hugs him, pats his head, and goes, "It's okay, Pops."
Osiris proceeds to have an existential crisis.
It's like that slow, like the steam out of a kettle sound just slowly gets more louder and louder as she walks away. The camera just zooms in on Osiris's face.
It's like the hyper-realistic.
Yeah, hyper-realistic turtle
It's like
faces
the
happening.
sweat bead, like the single sweat bead going down the forehead.
But it's like a normal turtle, not even like an anatomically correct turtle
Yeah.
that he is.
It's just David.
It's just a turtle that's like on its been held upright.
Oh no, not David. Why did you mention David?
Every day
David.
as you travel, you pass packs of wounded dwarves who are heading towards Highview. Several are armed, but most are not. And almost everyone you pass sports some injury or another. Some scorch marks, others have arms in slings. It's a lot.
I'm assuming they keep their distance from us for the most part.
Yeah, they're like, a lot of them are walking, carrying. You can think they're carrying basically most of their belongings on their back, or those that are pulling carts are like stuffed with goods.
I will offer healing where.
I'll also
Where I
offer
can.
healing.
None of them speak.
Also,
Not a single one of them speak common, so
Fair.
none of them understand and are kind of avoiding you all.
That's fair.
Terra chases after the ones that try to avoid her and just keeps trying to touch their heads to cast Cure Wounds on them.
Oh,
Mato asks you to stop.
It stops.
I feel like knowing that I can't really sort of like converse with them and not wanting to like stress them out even more, I would probably just leave it.
This goes on for like 6 days of travel. You see these people every day,
Oh, cool.
and it's probably a bit depressing seeing this. Eventually, you do reach the entrance to Adarma Undor, where you left for before. And as the gates are still sitting open, you step forth into a city in chaos. You see dozens of armored dwarves marching down different roads. You see fires in the distance going on. As almost once you arrive, you see a building on the almost the other side of this like crater the city is built around, like crack and tumble and fall apart, and you see these twisted creatures pulling themselves free of the rubble, and then immediately descending upon some squat armored figures who rush the building. It's not a good time.
Are we planning on going for much longer? Because it's getting kind of late.
Probably not.
No,
Just
we're
wondering
going on
if
for
there's
5
gonna-
more hours.
No,
I'm down. I'm
24
down for
more
that.
I
hours,
can't
maybe?
do that.
I can't
Let's
do
go.
20.
It sounds like a Tez problem and a no one else problem. No. Well, we'll probably end soonish.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's going to be like a combat or something like that. So just
Depends
check.
on your choices.
Depends what we do,
But
yeah.
even if there is combat, we'll just save it till next time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you guys
And
have
around, I'll
reached,
punch one of the dwarves.
and they cry.
Well, we're not hearing any horns. That's a good sign.
It's a bad time in the city. What are you all doing? You walked in, you see this literal chaos. Like, you literally, as you're standing there, like a group of civilians, like a bunch of dwarves gathered up by the gate, all start leaving in a group.
Okay. I am assuming at this point I'm on top of my Aqualair.
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to.
Don't just run off on your own.
I'm not going to. We're going to die if we do that.
No, not always.
Does not make it okay, Jakubra.
I never said it was.
I could help with healing to begin with if there is like an encampment of like.
If you wish to stop this, the fastest way to do it would be closing the gate.
Be inclined to agree. Otherwise,
And how
whatever,
would we do
whatever
that?
is dealt with will just respawn, so to speak.
We can
Yeah.
heal as many people as we can, Selena, but. So as long
If
as
we go
focus-
towards the gate, I need to keep my spells. We have no idea what is going to be ahead of us. We should just head towards the gate. You're right.
Thankfully, you're blessed with someone who has been trained to deal with extraplanar threats. So, hopefully we should be fine.
You Horizon Walker?
What was that?
No, I'm a
The
watcher,
Rangers of
buddy!
No, I know
could
what
have
you are.
So you all decide to continue on towards the portal. The fastest way to deal with this is to shut that down. You push on through. As you're crossing through the parts of the city that you have to cross, the scenes are not good. The main thoroughfares are protected, as you see a lot of armored and armed dwarves. They have a pretty serious military presence here, as you can tell by the place being an absolute shit show. right now. Not only do you see smaller elementals, little winged ones flying around from building to building, or some that are like either like rolling rocks or small like moving piles of like water, occasionally like spinning twists of air that are being dealt with by packs of angry small men with weapons. You even see the occasional skeleton, 2 or 3. Very rarely you spot a zombie at one point that is just being stomped on by like 2 different dwarves.
We
While the
just
undead
did
are present,
this
they
one.
are nowhere near as present as the elementals are.
Damn it, Nerusian, and your impulses. Damn it that we didn't try and stop him.
We also had no idea what we were doing. We can't put the whole blame on him.
We can't put the blame on us, but this is happening because we fooled around with magic that we don't understand.
I don't
But
think
we
the
understand
blame
it
is
now.
on me at all.
That is very true.
Eventually, Marta leads you back to the tunnels where you came from. It takes a couple hours. As you do, you once again pass through that room with the different symbols on it.
Even
I
out here,
see.
even out here with the symbols, when you're traveling down, you see armored dwarves in these passageways, the most resting. When you reach that bigger area, you see a couple standing by the entrance to the like where the Myconid colony was. You guys remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, vaguely.
But yeah, that's pretty much. You see, like there's like a little makeshift camp set up here, where mainly they're just resting and relaxing. As you can tell, these are the ones who are getting ready to go back into the towards the city.
I feel like sort of as we like make our way through these tunnels that we've been through before, I feel like Christine is just like sort of slowly just kind of moving a little bit away, keeping her to herself and just sort of trying to keep her mind focused instead of like thinking back to what happened in the thing when she sort of had her little outburst and all of that. Just kind of trying to move through it, but is struggling.
I guess for Judas's sake, like, because and Terra as well, who wouldn't have known before with my basically like, because it's like really freaking dark at this point. I'm assuming we're in the like really dark parts of the tunnels.
Yeah.
My eyes do tend to be like glowing, like a really pale blue, and I seem to be able to see where I'm going without like a light source.
I believe the only one who is struggling at this point would be Osiris.
No, I got dancing lights.
Then I think we're all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I corrected that mistake last time.
Because I'd probably be at the forefront as well, like I'd be walking at the front.
Terra
Right.
is just this awkwardly skipping bird alongside of you guys.
Behind that bird would be a hobgoblin on top of a bird lion.
It's gotten... These tunnels and mining tunnels has gotten quite small. You're struggling, like, as you're going through these, it's probably best that you disappear your beast.
Dismount?
Because... you're sort of hitting those ceilings. They've made these tunnels, they made it bigger for people, but they never make it for riding creatures on there.
Keep bopping your head.
Like it's
So-
wide enough for the thing to move down because you can. It's wide enough like a wagon to come down here, but for probably not a person standing on a wagon to come down here. Which
Alright,
is
yeah, I'll
beautiful,
dismount then.
As you pass through the tunnel with the symbol of the white archway, you eventually spend a couple more hours going on a slight incline.
As you're going, you do notice several cracks in the walls that weren't there in the months ago you came. Tears in the earth that lead into passages you haven't been to before, that weren't there initially.
Can I see like well enough into those to sort of see if I can see anything interesting? Or...
Looking down them, they're empty. It's like these are like they look like they've been cut or carved. They don't look natural, but If you remember, they said that skeletons literally dug their way through the walls.
That's messed up, man.
So yeah, this
Divine
is
sense.
pop to divine sense.
Yep.
What is the range of divine sense?
60 feet.
Okay.
And I know
Initially,
any celestial fiends or undead.
how long does it last?
An
It is
action.
an action. It lasts
Okay.
6 seconds.
It's just a ping.
It is a
It's the
ping.
ping that goes out. You actually don't detect anything at the moment.
Okay, well then... I'll probably detect evil and good. Which is slightly bigger. It's 30 feet, but it does more, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
As you
Okay.
start walking for 10 minutes, towards the end of it is when you start getting your first couple pings at the farthest part of the range.
Alright. Celestials, elementals, phase, fiends, undead. Or aberrations.
Yeah, you get the pings for elementals and undead.
Sweet.
Looks like we're coming across some of the extraplanar and the undead, so be on your guard.
As you keep going, you see signs of these creatures, the elementals, the undead. Even though it's only 30-foot range, it's just the traces of that which was there. As you see, like, crushed bones, it's charred, like an arm. There's just like burned, like rotting arm. These like just clumps of dust in different places where the undead and the elementals have definitely crossed paths. And after a few more minutes of walking,
eventually you all start to see the glow of the archway once more in the distance, and the side in front of you seems to be small little scraps of like 2 or 3 elementals aside in the tunnels fighting each other. They seem to be attacking. They are not in your way. You can move around them if you want to, but they are present. As you look around, you see that there are a lot more skeletons around the gate than there are elementals.
Okay, that's a problem. A slight problem for me.
One second.
Marta just stands there, looks around, is like, "So are you going?"
Yeah, we're going.
I don't think this is much of a threat, honestly. And he's just like walking towards.
As he starts to walk towards, you see as Azorod like grabs your shoulder.
Grabs whose shoulder?
Azorod?
Azorod. You as a person are aware of this connection.
Yep.
As he's grabbing Mardo, he just stops Mardo and is like, "Wait, there's something dangerous up ahead. All of you, make your way towards the portal and just go through." As he sees, he starts taking off his robe. He is jacked. He should not.
Everyone is
be.
jacked.
Is he anime grandpa?
Yes. He's.
Why is everyone jacked?
He's
fun.
Netero from Hunter x Hunter.
And as you see, he's got tattoos all over his body with this like as if they're like flame-like, and they all seem to be mainly for Osiris. They seem to be spells. Osiris and Christine. They seem to be like spells, tattoos all over his body.
That's awesome.
And off in the distance, you can all just see this floating skeleton emanating this large dark aura.
With a single, as he floats forward, you hear the clacking sounds of more skeletons as in front and behind it, 6 or 7 more are like marching in tune. And with a single gem in the center of its forehead as it floats forward, and you hear a voice ring out in all of your heads as it says, "I would not approach that."
Get
And
out
Zero-
of my way, you charred face! And you see as, like, in perpetuality, you see as the light that's cast, you see the shadow of Zerosh that is normally human, immediately transforms and flickers for a second as a full-grown dragon, and he lets out this fiery breath.
Oh my.
Go!
What do you all do?
Yeah,
I
that,
go.
Are pushing
I'm-
everyone who's not immediately
Yeah.
going. I'll be at the
Yeah,
front
I
of the
just
pack.
go.
no one says no to.
Are you
like,
at the front of the
big
pack or the
fucking
back
dragon.
of the pack?
I was at the front. I'm going.
I will also go.
I feel like with all the suddenness of everything and just how everything's been, I'm probably like mostly stumbling, being pushed by someone.
I would have grabbed, like, if you were like anywhere near me, I would have grabbed your hand.
I wouldn't.
Anyone who's not going at full pace, I'll pick them up and start running.
You see as the Lich starts to raise his hand towards one of you, putting one finger out, pointing towards one of you, and then you just hear this loudest clap as the Roche claps his hands.
Please end it now.
You all start running.
Did we almost get finger of death?
As
Yep.
you all rush towards the gate, one by one, you all leap through. Christine, as you said, you were stumbling. You're the last one to
Yeah.
reach the gate. You stumble through. Mardo actually behind you as he hesitated for a moment, and right as he reaches the gate, you see a flash of this like brown, like there's like a brown line fly past Sarosh and strike Mardo in the back.
Stone.
And as you all go through the gate, you watch as a petrified Mardo tumbles through the gate and slides across the ground.
Oh no!
And with that, we'll end session.
Damn it, Moto! Damn it!
Okay, I got lesser restoration. I don't think that's gonna help.
I don't know if I need to make any check. That man's stone, but I can anyway if you want.
Would dwarves have advantage?
No.
Dwarves
doesn't-
are the stone.
I do have a quick question though. So is that like immediate petrification?
That is that is petrification, the big spell.
Yeah, alright. It's just, I've
So-
got Dispel Magic prepared, so I don't know if I would have had an opportunity to have utilized it
Nope.
to prevent it.
If Zerosh gets out of this okay, he can probably fix him.
It's a
Maybe.
9th level spellcaster.
No,
versus an ancient gold
we-
dragon.
We
It's gonna be
know
fun.
we know he can.
Yeah.
We know what
Yeah.
spells he can cast.
Yeah.
No, a spell
Do
he
you?
can cast.
Well, that was one
What-
that he could before.
We know he's got
Yeah.
greater restoration, is what we should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, do we?
just because it's fun. Ever since you guys opened the gate, me and AJ have had a timer set on our global calendar for events going on.
What is this? XCOM 2?
Yeah, it's great. It's been awesome watching it tick down.
So the Lich was one of the things that was on the counter?
Let's say you guys are really close to the end of the timer.
Oh
No,
my.
they passed it.
Oh, you
We
passed.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure we
no.
passed the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Okay.
Wait, Darren going. Oh no, that's not good.
Okay. The seventh
should've-
sun, the eighth of
We
lock.
shouldn't have sent them here.
Oh, I know. I just know what happens if the timer hits 0. And then there's things like there's more. It's fun for us.
Oh,
Swear to God, if we've got a Vecna to deal with, I'm gonna be so mad.
Who knows, man?
Like, I don't want to be here anymore. This place sucks.
Do not
Yeah, now you
let
guys-
me quickly show stream you guys.
Yeah.
Just of where you are.
We did have a map for this originally, if you all remember from ages ago. We
Mhm.
lost that map,
No, we,
so
Uh-huh.
we made it.
we didn't have a map, but
I thought we had something.
No, you didn't. You
we
didn't have to
we
have
were
that.
making one, and then we read it yesterday. So.
Because like we got here and did all this shit before we were meant to.
Oh, it wasn't before you meant to. It was within ideas. It was just you had the potential to skip it, and you didn't.
Mm.
It's probably a good thing.
We're thorough.
1 million year loading.
No, I think we should have skipped it.
It's a
Honestly.
big and file.
But we know
Yeah.
what all sides of the cube does. That's what's important.
We could have probably figured that out without getting arrested.
Who knows? You might have
Yeah.
had the cube for 3 more months and slowly figured it out over the time.
Oh, yeah, it does
Technology is
good.
so much worse.
But thanks for watching. I hope you all had fun. We had this. We sort of had to rush everything. We had a plan. We decided that the plan would work better sometime else. So we've had to, like, the last couple of days have just been a mad rush of let's get all this information that we need in our brains now, please.
I liked your finger of death puzzle.
Thank you.
Was that you, AJ, or was that Darian? was it both of y'all?
Finger of Death puzzle?
Yeah.
The Lich showing up.
The Lich showing up was just a matter of showing that the Lich is strong, and Zerosh could just say no to that.
Nah, just specifically the Finger of Death that got flung at us. Or went to be
Yeah, me,
flung
that
at
was me.
us. Yeah. Oh, really?
I mean,
would've
what?
expected
I
that
mean,
would have been Darian, but you know.
I mean, I feel like you should have still thrown it at someone. I mean, like you had the opportunity.
Yeah, just end Osiris. You don't need this.
No, not Cyrus. Please, me.
He did throw it. He got counterspell.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
He
just
could've
like,
counted
just
out the
like
other one,
another,
just saying.
another charisma caster in our team should have.
You know, he used
Yeah.
his reaction.
No, but yeah, it would have been. Shut up.
So,
By
not
the
much
time-
in
by
this
the time I
room,
get-
but I'll say, just to remind everyone this, you enter through the gate behind you, that shimmering light, the shimmering silver gate archway is still there. You're on the opposite side of it. Opposite you all is another door that is closed with 6 gems set above them. And then there are each of these hallways with a plaque on them. And yeah, fun times.
I should have asked if I can hear anything, or I don't know. Like, do I have my senses?
Good point. You taste, you touch, you smell. You have your 3 senses you lost back.
Yay!
But with that, that's what we'll close it. Thanks for joining. I hope you had fun. We had tons of fun. The dwarf thing was going to be a fun time. Darren was like, we're just going to play Phoenix right here. And I was like, yes.
I'm so glad someone
Yeah,
said
yeah, no, 100% that was Phoenix, right?
But yeah, I hope you had fun. You're in some fun stuff now. Me and Darian have cooked up. Do our streaming people have anything they need or want to be like, hey, watch this, do it?
Not currently. And Sam is mute.
I'm tired. Too tired to think.
That's fair.
Fair.
Work do be tiring.
Work do be tiring. Join me tomorrow. I'll be playing some more Dishonored. I've got the last DLC to run for the first one, which is a Rigmore. It's going to be some fun times. Tuesday is more primetime crime time. We solved everything, and Kim has upset us dearly.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You had one job. What was your one job?
No, my one job was RNG, which didn't involve me. So
your
shut
one
up.
job was not to have Overdrill. And what do we have? We have Overdrill, Kim.
You're the one who said that would not happen, and then now it happened. So we'll shut you screen.
No, I said it was going to happen from the start.
Yeah.
But
So it's your
happened.
fault. You ended the dogs.
Wednesday is more Viscera. Maybe I was trying to last time we was trying to figure something out and we didn't think of a solution 20 minutes before stream started. So I was like, I'm just gonna cancel and sleep. I need that.
That is fair.
That's what we
After Tuesday.
And Thursday is more Digimon. I'm having fun with that. And Friday is going to be session 32, I think, of
Numbers?
Icewind Dale Run with the Frost Maiden. They're also in a fun place at the moment. Everyone's having fun. But yeah, join us in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of Echoes of the Forgotten. Don't do drugs, stay in school, or do whatever you want. I'm not your dad, but I love you just as much, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye!
Bye.